for this meeting. So I'm just going to get started anyway. Welcome to this clarity session, and I'm excited to be here with you today. Now, what is a clarity session? What do we typically do in clarity sessions? It's simple. I always say clarity sessions are not webinars. They are not places where I pick a topic. I teach from what people ask me at clarity sessions. And every time I have this clarity session, I always say this at the beginning of the clarity session. I say, please, 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 it is important, just in case you are here and you're wondering if it's going to be a waste of your time. I always tell people that, look, people pay me every time for 1 hour of clarity session that is above 100,000 naira. And they end up telling me, thank you, even after paying me. So it's going to be worth your time in terms of this thing. And if you're asking, why would I give my clarity for free when people pay me for it? I always say the point I started succeeding at a very fast rate in my life was the point where I got clarity from a mentor as at then. And all she said was pay it forward. So I always say, and why is it important for me as an educator to ensure people get clarity before they even learn a trade, learn a skill, or even not even learn anything from us or learn anything from another person? I always say there's a higher chance of someone who has clarity, because someone who has clarity will have the direction, have the right direction. There's a higher chance of them succeeding, even without upskilling, than someone who has upskilled and doesn't have clarity. You know why? I always say when you have clarity about exactly what you should be doing part-time or what you should be doing to get to the next stage of your life, if you've not done that thing, at least you are clear about what it should be. I see a lot of people jumping on online courses, jumping on MBAs, jumping on PhDs without clarity about what they are going to use it for, about how it keys into their life. But because they're under a lot of pressure, immense pressure to upskill, people keep telling them, you need to, it's been a while, you've had BSc for a while, go and, do something, see your mates and, things like that. People are under immense pressure to feel like they're adding something that is supposed to be beneficial, not beneficial in that sense, but it's supposed to add something onto them, right? And at the end of the day, many people take those academic qualifications, certifications, and it doesn't really have any significant impact in their growth, actually. But they keep taking them. They keep taking them and piling them on top of one another. And I'm like, okay, at the end of the day, what is the bottom line of this whole thing? And when you ask many people, they're not clear about how they are supposed to be adding to themselves in the actual sense of adding to themselves. They're not clear. They don't know what to do, which is why I hold these clarity sessions like twice a month. Every time I can, I hold it and I say, come to this clarity session, have clarity about what you need to do next. Then you can now start acquiring what you need to get to that place that you need to be next. And if you've ever attended any of my clarity session, I have a favorite sentence. And what is it? I always say, no matter how fast you race in a wrong direction, you will never arrive at your destination. I repeat, no matter how fast you race in a wrong direction, you would never arrive at your destination. Just in case you want to try to understand what that really means, it's like your destination is Ibadan. Then you get a Formula One, a race car, and start racing to Abeokuta. You will race, you will be fast, you will achieve pace. You will run. And they will say, oh, XYZ got to Abeokuta in record time. No one has ever done that before. But internally, you are not going to Abeokuta. You are going to Ibadan. But if somebody else took a bicycle and was going slow and steady to Ibadan, they will arrive at their destination. But you would have arrived at Abeokuta at a very fast rate, but you did not get to your destination. So please, clarity before pace. On that note, let's get started proper. How do we ask questions in this clarity session? It could be questions around XYZ about my career. What do I need to do next? What do I need to acquire? I'm not even clear. What should I be doing? Should I be upskilling? Should I be getting an MBA? Should I be getting the Workplace Foundational Skills Program? Whatever. Should I be getting a certification? Like all those kind of things to get to this thing. But one of the things I always beg everyone in this clarity session for is this. Don't ask me Google question. I would not answer your Google question. Like my alumni, they know, because in my alumni in my programs, I teach people to be inquisitive and research. I show them how to get answers to informational questions. What are informational questions? You're asking me how many schools, how many universities are in Nigeria? Can I get an MBA from University of Lagos? And I'm like, that is not my, that's not my period. Like, that's not a clarity question, it's an informational question. So I'll just direct you to Google, right? I say, please go and ask Google. That is an informational, it's not a clarity question. A clarity question is, I have this, I have that. This is what I have done so far. This is what I'm thinking of doing. This is what, that is a clarity question. What do you think? That is a clarity question. And please, a clarity question cannot be answered until I have full information, at least to a very large extent, about you. Let me give you an instance. You cannot tell me, Ma, I did Yoruba education in school. I did Yoruba education in school. Ma, do you think project management is good for me? And I'm saying, Madam, I don't have any information about you apart from your education. Education is the last thing that I can use to offer you advice with, because maybe 90% of us studied what we did not set out to study. So how am I going to determine the rest of your life based on what you did not actually even intend? That means education is not a criteria for you to give me and say, advise me on the next career. Education is not going to cut it. Do you understand? I would rather even give me, I've done this volunteering, I've done this internship, I've done this in this career, I've done this thing in this field, I've done all these things without even giving me a background of education. Dan, giving me a background of education, and then you now say I should advise you. I cannot advise you based on certificates, and that is just the truth. It's not enough information. So things like what you have done job-wise, even age are things that, because again, sometimes when I'm giving advice to somebody who has gotten to like 15 years in their career, it's not the same advice I will give someone that has just done 1 year. I could tell someone now, take this job, and I will tell the other person, don't take that job, the same job, because of the number of years of experience they have, and how long before they retire, or how long they still have ahead of them. So those are the situations that I always beg. Now, do we have a deal that we will not have any Google question? We will just have questions that are really beneficial to this thing. And if you also have questions around the Skilled for Work Academy programs, or the iTrain Africa General programs, you could also ask them. What are the 3 ways in which you can ask me a question? If you're watching us on YouTube, you could drop your question in the comment section. What are the 3 ways you can ask me a question? You can ask by 1, using the raise hand button right here and unmuting yourself. But if you're going to use the raise hand button and unmuting yourself, you don't have more than 90 seconds. You need to articulate yourself properly. I don't want you going round and round in circles, and I cannot hear you in the real sense of it. So please articulate your thoughts before you use the raise hand button, and give me background and ask your question. Number 2 way, you can ask in the comment section on Zoom, like type out the question you need to get answers to, type that question out, and send it to the meeting this thing. Now, if you have a question that you would rather someone in this meeting does not see, send it to me directly in this meeting chat, right? You will see direct message to Dr. Aderinsola that is currently speaking. I have another 2 other Dr. Aderinsola who are my admin, right? But I'm talking about the Dr. Aderinsola that is currently speaking right now. You can send it to me directly, and I will read it out without your name. So those are the 3 major ways: directly to the meeting chat, directly to me in this meeting, not to general meeting chat. And you can also use the raise hand button, and I will mute you and you ask your question. If you're on Zoom, just drop it in, YouTube, you drop it in the comment section, and one of my admin will check YouTube if there are any questions, and I will answer them. Do we have a deal? Fantastic. So here's what I'm going to do. Just give me 1 minute. I think I need to set up, charge my device so that it doesn't go off during this Q&A session. Okay, so great. I'm expecting questions in the comment section. Now, if you've ever attended my clarity session, type A. And before we even start typing here, I want to know where you people are joining us from. As in, type your city and your country in the comment section, your name, city, and country. So I am Dr. Aderinsola Adepoju. I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria. And how has my day been? My day has been I've been reviewing recruitment. That's what I spend my day doing reviewing. We were trying to employ some people to join iTrain Africa. So I spent half of my day reviewing, and I spent the other half cooking my mom's native soup. That's obela sepo. It's just okra soup, really, but it's okra soup from the Ondo side. So they call it the lasepo. That's how I've spent my day. So let me hear from you, where we are also going to start taking questions. Let's take questions. I was supposed to actually be streaming this on this thing. I'm sure my people are wondering why I'm not online. So just give me 1 minute. Let me get to. So Ngum Benedita Jenny from Yaoundé, Cameroon, watching from Ndola, Zambia. Okay, so let's see. Continue. Let's say watching from Noda, Zambia. Let's say. So please, if you'd like to ask your question, please go ahead and ask your questions around clarity. And there is something I would also like to say as you are typing your questions. Please, if you are here, and the kind of questions you need or you need answers to is the fact that you are not even sure of the goals you should be setting. Not to talk of knowing what you will need to get to the next stage. Not now talk of knowing how to get what you need for the next stage. Then, like you don't even know how to realistically, that's the word, set goals. I will encourage, if you're an alumni, get into the goal setting session. Tickets are selling out fast, and I keep repeating it. This is a gift from me to you. People pay a lot to train for me to facilitate a session on goal setting. But at the end of this year, I said, it is my desire that like 500 people start their year knowing exactly how their year will end. At least God sparing their lives. You can actually plan how your month in, month out will go till year end, till 2025 ends, God sparing our lives. And I really wish people will see how that has helped me accelerate in the last 5 years. I don't start my year, I don't start a day not knowing what I'm supposed to be doing that day. It doesn't happen to me. So when people say, I don't know, all those things, and I'm like, are you serious? Is it that you don't have a plan for the months that you now break down into weeks, then you now break down into days? Do you understand? Like, I have that detailed level of planning. That is how I set goals. I don't set goals and by saying, oh, I want to have Range Rover 2025 and I paste it on my screen. That is not how I set goals. It doesn't even, it doesn't add up to me. I set goals with Google Sheets. I set goals with Google Sheet, and the Google Sheet is, I will not, after I finish, I'll take a picture of the Google Sheet. I'll be going to my desk and be looking at it every day and be saying, okay, this goal, this is the resource, this is the KPI, where am I? That is how I realistically set goals. And you will be shocked at the amount of growth you can achieve because you realistically plan them, not just plan them from wishful thinking. So my gift to you, if you've never heard of a goal setting session, we call it the strategic goal setting session with clear execution plans. It's taking place on December 26th. Even if I'll be on at a result, right? But I said, I must do this thing every year, 26th of December, we do that thing. That's, I think, 6 p.m. West African time. That is when it is holding. Yeah, for 3 hours, 6 to 9 p.m. And you are going to leave that room with a template with your goals for 2025 planned for 7 areas of your life. If you have up to 7 areas, I do have up to 7, the academic side, the business, the relationship, the spirituality, and all those things. So that's how I divide my life into buckets. Then I set goals for each of those buckets and I break it down and I allocate resources to it. Then I move. So why am I saying this? Some of you, the clarity you need It's not the clarity of which course should I take. The clarity you need is even, should I even be taking course? Because from your goals that you set, you realize that, okay, what I need for my career is maybe even to attend an international conference. You don't know. But until you set that goal and we realistically look at it together on December 26th, say, oh, I think these are the resources you would need for this particular goal. So if you would need, I'll give you an example. If I need to attend an international conference in my academic life, for instance, maybe the goal I set for myself is to say, oh, I'm going to present, I'm going to write my academic paper, if that is a goal for me. And I say, that my academic paper, I want to present it at a conference in 2025, an academic conference. Let's say that is a goal I set. And I want that conference. I don't want to spend my money. I want to get a sponsored distance to that conference. See how I set the goal. I did not just say, I will attend a chemistry conference in the US. That is not how I did it. So what it means for me is I'll then look at it and say, what is to precede what? Is it the conference that will precede the paper, or the paper will precede the conference? If the paper will precede the conference, what do I need to achieve this paper? Like, it's a whole lot of, planning and mechanism, resource allocations, KPIs that goes into it. But I can see quite a number of people that are here that have paid for that distance. So on 26, just come prepared. Yeah, we'll get to it. So I don't see people's questions yet. Is anyone using the raise hand button? Okay, I see someone's question. Okay, great. I'm seeing the questions now. Amina is my name. Have bought many courses, from digital marketing courses with side hustle to courses on affiliate marketing, Facebook ads courses. I'm 50 years old, ma'am. My question is, if I buy your course, would I be able to get a job working from home? Would my age be a barrier because I'm confused and broke? So let's read that question again. I have bought many courses, from digital marketing courses with side hustles to courses on affiliate marketing to Facebook ad courses. I'm 50. My question, if I buy your course, will I get a job working from home? Will age be a barrier? I'm so confused and broke. I had no idea somebody will even be asking me this question, but just give me 1 minute. Since I'm about to start answering this question. I like what the first question that is coming here today, and I really need to get it. I need to answer it once and for all. I'll be with you shortly. I just need to. Where is this GHI? Okay. Okay, great. Okay. Now let's get started. Now, I need to answer this question in a way that you don't have to ask me that kind of question again. If you're joining us on Instagram, welcome. This is a clarity session, and we are answering a couple of questions. You can drop your question in the comment section. Now, Aminat, you've asked, I want to read your question again in case you just joined us. I've bought many courses, from digital marketing courses with side hustles to courses on affiliate marketing, Facebook ad courses. You are 50 years old and you have two major challenges. You're asking, if you buy my course, I'm assuming that's a workplace foundational skills course, will you get a job to work from home? Is age a barrier? You are confused and you are broke. I'm going to ask you, ma'am, before you took those courses, What was the goal? From what you said here, maybe your goal was to work from home, right? Fantastic, which is achievable to work from home. So the first thing I'm going to say is your age is not the barrier. Your age is not the barrier. Why do I say so? Do people have reservations with working with old people? Yes. But the true reservation is not the age. The true reservation is the fact that most people that are of a certain age have resistance towards change and learning. So they assume, for instance, if I wanted to hire a content creator that is 50 years old, there is already a bias that the person is not current with the things like TikTok, Facebook, TikTok, all those short reels and Instagram. There is a bias. But if the person were to apply on merit, like for instance, we released something in my academy, right? And we said we are employing someone, there's currently, openings. What it means is if you are put in such a way that you are able to like you can show that you can deliver like that Gen Z, most likely I will pick your skill over your age. But what I have seen most times with people that have a certain age is that they are resistant to their resistance to catching up with what is currently trending is high. And nobody wants to give anybody a job out of pity. Which is why I say, let me answer for the second first before I can now come to if you take my course. So if you are able to prove to that employer of labor that you can deliver excellence, what is the advantage of your age? The advantage of your age should be that you have work ethic. The kind of work ethic they complain that Gen Zs don't have. With age comes wisdom. With age comes a certain level of responsibility. Do you understand? That is what you are supposed to come with, a certain level of responsibility. But they are not now going to pity you and say, because you are aged, they now say, show up at a meeting at 10 o'clock. You show up at that meeting at 10:05. I'm like, sorry, man, I had to drop my child in school. That's why they are looking at you like, taloko by, simply meaning, like, I don't understand. Am I supposed to understand? And you hear some aged people will now be saying things like, you too, you understand when you get to my age. Nobody wants that in a remote workspace. Come to this workspace and deliver value. Deliver value. Nobody wants to hear about your life history in a remote work environment. Get your stuff together. Get your shit together. I don't care if you have a dozen children. And that is a card many people that of certain age play. It's because, me, I'm not conversant with all these digital things. So, that is how it is. So you should manage. Nobody wants to manage you because you are of a certain age. So if you can eliminate all those bias that comes with your age and deliver excellence, then nobody is going to be complaining about your age. And I have to say it so that people that will say my age is the challenge, I always say nobody throws away great skill on the account of age. I will look, there is a lady that she started to learn on ALX at the age of, is it 40, this thing? She's currently, is it 46 or 49? She's on top rated Upwork something. Like top rated Upwork something. I've forgotten that thing. She started to learn close to 50. Nobody is asking her for her age because she has delivered excellence. I see that lady on LinkedIn. She's delivering excellence. She's not complaining about why she cannot deliver. So if you are ready, right, to deliver at the same energy level, at the same or even a better work than a young person, then age is not your barrier. So you first need to search internally within yourself that, am I ready to deliver at the energy and the pace level of a young person? Because in the remote workspace, nobody wants dead baggage. I don't know if you get me. Like, nobody wants baggage on their team. And that's just the truth. Whether the person is old or young, nobody wants baggage. Like, do your work, let me do my own. Let's all be clear. Now, going back to, you have taken many courses. If you go to our Google review, I'll probably share my screen with you. There are a host of people that have the same thing you have done. There was a lady that listed 6 courses she had taken: Scrum, projects, digital marketing, data entry, project management. 6. I've forgotten her name. If I go to our Google, type iTrain Africa, you'll see Google, like our listing on Google. Type it, go to the Google review section. By the time you read a couple, you understand what I'm saying. 6. But I then asked her, so if you go to this person's LinkedIn, this thing, you see data entry specialist, virtual assistant, content creator, data something, you will see 5 things. And I say, and you are asking why you have not been hired. Nobody can hire you with that kind of LinkedIn profile. And that is me giving you free advice that I will give on my program that is $300. Now, going back, it is not the number of courses you have taken. It is the one that you have owned. You have owned your skill in it. And how do you own your skills? Experience. I always tell people, take one course, use it to volunteer, intern, or work for free for a couple of months for someone. I would hire you over someone that's taking 3 courses or 5 courses. When I see people taking online courses back to back, I say you do not know what you are doing. And I am not joking. Unrelated courses, only you data entry, only you digital marketing, only you affiliate marketing. I say, what is your plan? Now, what should you do first? That's the question. What should you do first? You should ensure that the first thing you do before you jump on any course is to set a goal. What do I want to achieve? I want to be able to work remotely. Then I ask you that question. Work remotely as what? That is where most people don't have the challenge. You say, anything. I just want to get remote work. I say remote work can be in over 50 professions. So you have to be specific about the kind of remote work you want to do. Which is the same reason why virtual assistants that just have virtual assistant on their profile do not get jobs. Because virtual assistant is a broad term for anybody that is rendering assistance of a certain kind to people online, virtually. So if you tell me you're a virtual assistant, I say, oh, in what niche? Do you assist me virtually to manage my community? Do you assist virtually to help me close sales? Do you assist me virtually to help me do my HR hiring? Do you assist me virtually? Virtual assistance means you are rendering assistance in a virtual manner. Now, in what? And to who? If you find someone who is a virtual assistant that has defined their niche, virtual assistants that helps people that is in need of assistance in the HR or whatever, you define the niche, they will find work faster than blank virtual assistants. Now, in all these 3 courses that you have taken, you took Facebook ads course, affiliate marketing course, digital marketing course. Digital marketing is about this thing. Affiliate marketing is also a marketing this thing. Facebook ad, everything is still under marketing. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'll show you. Do you have previous experience in marketing? Have you worked maybe in the on-site space before? as a marketing executive? Right? Have you worked before in the marketing this thing? So as I'm asking, you can be dropping your answer in the comment section so I can answer it properly. So if you tell me now that I had experience before in marketing, I was helping Vitafoam sell bed or sales, marketing and sales, anyone I was helping, whatever it is you are helping with, I would say it makes sense for you to have taken 3 different things around marketing. Do you understand? I would say it makes sense because now you are trying to say, oh, I have previous experience in marketing and I want to transit into the digital form of marketing. No, you say you studied marketing. Aside what you studied, have you used it to work before? Again, right? Have you used it to work before? Because I would assume if you are 50, you studied marketing. My calculation mentally in my head is you studied marketing 15 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. That is my calculation. So I do not have, like, what am I going to do with that? It's not marketing that is relevant right now in this thing. Now, you have worked before in marketing, meaning you have solid experience that I can hold. What it now means is that solid experience that you have in marketing, you now want to start using it to do online stuff. I will now ask, when you were doing marketing while you worked, in what industry were you doing marketing? FMCG, education, healthcare. Like, what industry did you spend your marketing years? So when we know the industry, we can help you streamline all these things that you've packed. Because it would mean that, I always tell people, if you are transiting into remote work, I say you had better be transiting with some skills that you already have. So what you are learning is now remote worker skills, but you are bringing your technical skills to fore. So you are not coming empty-handed. So I would rather say, oh, somebody now that has marketing, they used to sell in the market, sales this, they can sell water, they can sell ice to the Eskimos in the shop, but they don't know how to sell it online. Do you know what that means? Whoever can sell ice to the Eskimos already has the technical skill of selling, but they do now know how to set up Facebook ads. So it means that to that kind of a person, I'm not explaining that when your customer wants to go, call them back and give them something. I'm not explaining that technicality. They understand the rule. So what I'm only explaining to them is, madam, you see how you sell in the market, that you are doing this one, that one, and see, as in, come and see me, come on, even if you don't buy, come and see me. You know how people brothers do, they say, and see, as you enter their shop, they will say, auntie, sit down. Well, if you make mistakes, sit down, they're giving you mouths. To now leave that place, you know of it. The person understands marketing already. I will now help you translate it and say, you see, this sense you already have in the shop is enough for your technicality. All you now need to do is, you see the way you gave that uncle mouths, when immediately they were, you can just be passing an Igbo brother's shop and you are not even intending to buy. But you just look last one like this. You look and say, auntie, this is going to fit you. Auntie, this is I know you not buy, but just sit down. See how they swear. If you make mistake and sit down, you will buy and buy and buy, and you not leave that place. Do you understand? That is the same way digital marketing works. Let the person just do mistake and see you like this. We start using adverts to retarget you. Because you use mistake to look at me once, I'll just click on my brother. Who is this person? I start retargeting you with ads. It's the same thing. When you now say, okay, let me even click on this woman's link, I give you a freebie, I give you a free course. That is the same Martina. It's the same mechanism. It doesn't change. So they give you Martina, me, I give you a course that you need, as in something, the primary of my course. You look at it and say, okay, you are settled. Then they start to give you different things. Auntie, look at this one. Look at this one. That is the same thing. Look at this WFA. It's the same marketing principle. Give Pipeline for some years and currently selling healthcare supplements. So you would say You are good at marketing those things. You have the marketing skills. So what you now need to understand is, if I were you, I will probably now be looking at, how do I go and volunteer? You say you have learned Facebook marketing. You have learned digital marketing. Did you really learn it? Because let's be clear. Did you just buy the course or did you learn it? There are two different things. All of us, we are guilty of it. We pay for course. We don't, including myself. I have one course I paid for last year. This holiday is my time to pay to this thing. I have one ebook I paid for 2 days ago. I started reading it every night now. I'm binging on it. Do you understand? So we all have things like that we've paid for that we know this thing. But unlike you, me, I buy and schedule time for it and say during this holiday, and this is what I'm, why? Because the ebook I bought a few days ago, I have set goals for 2025. In fact, I started setting goals for 2025 since October. So part of the marketing we want to implement in 2025, I found somebody that is good at that aspect of marketing that I want to add to our marketing. So I saw the guy, I got the ebook, and I'm reading it while I am preparing for 2025. That is how strategic I am. Now, even if I'm hiring a digital marketer, it is that digital marketer that come and do the work. But me, I must understand what the person is suggesting to me. That is just, I'm a leader that I understand everybody's job on my team, everybody's job. So now, I will now say to you, go and, if you are sure you did the course and not just buy the course, you now need to say this marketing that I have experience on online, and the 3 things, because the 3 major aspects of digital marketing is that you are doing email marketing, affiliate marketing, or advertising, like all this Meta, Facebook, and all those things. Then there's SEO, there's content marketing, and all those things. But I'm saying that if you know those 3, I'm assuming in your digital marketing course, if it is a good one, they would have taught you how to draft contents and copies and all those things. I am assuming. If they taught you that, that means you need to now position yourself as someone who can do marketing for in the digital marketing for healthcare sector. But before you can position yourself for that, you need to go and offer what you know for free. Which is why we set up internship at iTrain Africa. Like, let people practice what they have done. Because people don't want to use their own work as a playing ground. And I honestly do not even, I am not sure. Do you know what my marketing budget is per day? Like, even a digital marketing person that has not handled plenty money before, I cannot leave them with my digital marketing setup. Do you understand? Why? Maybe when they were learning digital marketing, they were crediting Facebook ads with 3,000 naira in a day, 5,000 naira. And me, I'm spending 100K on ads, and you tell me, ma, don't worry, I can handle it. So you're not going to spend my budget anyhow. Do you understand? So that is how, like, so nobody will trust you with their big marketing budget, but at least they can trust you with setting up things and monitoring, and you will then have to be proactive. Because I cannot trust you as a digital marketer if you've not done it before. Forget that you have certification on top of themselves. I will not give you my marketing budget to handle. Marketing is the bloodline of my business. I handle marketing at times. I can delegate all my operations. I don't care. But you see marketing, yeah, my house is there. So before, you are in a place that marketing is not a place that people will use to do 10-10 or they will use to play. So because they cannot use their marketing to play, it means that you need to come correct as someone that, if you say you are selling healthcare, you are selling this thing, have you set up adverts for yourself on Facebook for your business? You say you are selling gift items and you are selling healthcare supplements. Have you set up adverts for yourself, for your own business, for this thing you are selling? Have you set up the advert after you learned on this course? Did you write digital, did you write copies? Copies are the things that convince people to buy. Did you write copies to convince people to buy? Did you build a sales page and put your supplement on it and say, let me do it? Have you done it? Did you try, if you learn digital marketing, did you try to use your own Facebook account to set up an ad account, set it up? Did you do it? Because if you didn't do it, you want me to trust you with my, you tried. When you say you tried, did you set it up as you ran advert and you did the monitoring and everything? Did you do it? Or you did not get it? Did you do it like you ran the advert? Is running. You are getting lead customers. People are responding to your advert copy. People were just asking about the product. What was when you set up the advert, what was the objective of the advert? Awareness, lead, sales. What was the objective of your advert on WhatsApp? So it was a sales advert you set up. You set up this thing to WhatsApp with a sales. They said people were just asking questions. So if I was to employ you as a digital marketer and you have such results, is this the result you will present to somebody that will hire you? If you cannot tell me that you learned something, you use it to help yourself, how do you use it to help me? We need to realize that jobs are not gifts. It is an exchange of value for money. Jobs are not gifts. Like, you are able to offer me value, and in exchange, I give you money. You are able to offer me value that I would rather not spend time on. I currently have adverts that are running. I have this dedicated Facebook, like all these meta ads people. Because when you spend heavily on ads, Facebook will allocate you a consultant that will be calling you from time to time to, talk with you. Now, when those guys or girl, whatever, depending on who is calling me, is discussing with me, and I'm saying this is at the end of every discussion, I'm like, you are so not like, I'll be telling them, no, it's not going to work in Nigeria. That what you are recommending to me is not going to work. Because I have tried it, I have gotten result. Right now, the reason why I am a digital marketer is not because I don't know, I'm very good at it, but because I want to withdraw my time from setting up ads myself and focus on other things. That means that I need to give it to someone who has the capacity to do it. So the time I am withdrawing, I need to pay for the person's time. So if you cannot show me, and the good thing is what you learned, the marketing that you learned, the digital marketing and all this marketing that you learned, you can practice it on your own. You can practice it. Because now you say you're selling supplement and this thing. If you practice it on your own and you get results, you will now, you know what you now do next with that result? Let's say, for instance, now, somebody gives you, or you yourself, okay, even in digital marketing that you learned, did you first create a Facebook strategy, like an advert strategy, right? Did you create a strategy for the advert you are going to run? Did you set out like how many people you want to get in that advert? What's the kind of this thing? What is the kind of response you want? Did you set up, like, because there's a strategy to setting up, like you need to have a strategy document to say, I need to get 10,000 leads. Like, do you know the mathematics of all these things? Like 10,000 leads, what is your conversion rate? Let me give you a practical example. If I want to enroll 500 students on WFS February batch, I know exactly how much I'm spending on Facebook ads. You know why? I know my conversion. If my conversion is, let's say, 10%, what do you think that means for me? It means that for every 100 leads I get, 10 people buy. I know that mathematics. So I'm asking myself, if I get, how much will it cost me to get a lead? Who is a lead? Someone who is interested in my product. How do I know they're interested? They take my free one. So if it takes me 400 naira to get someone to subscribe to my free, so it means 100 leads will cost me how much? It will cost me 40,000 naira. So if 100 leads cost me 40,000 and my conversion rate is 10%, it means that of the 100 people that use 40,000 to acquire for free, only 10 of them, maximum of 10 of them will buy. And you would know, if you've been doing this thing for a while, you will understand all this strategy I'm talking about. So in 10 of them buying, I'm asking myself, if 10 of them buy a 45K course, that is 450K. So I'm saying, oh, my ROI, my returns on ads investment is 10 times, 10x. If my conversion rate was 5%, that is my ROI on this thing is 5 times. Those are the things that is actually involved in digital marketing, not I have done digital marketing. So when people tell me that, because if I was certain that the knowledge you currently have is sufficient for you to get clients, that is why I ask you, have you tested the knowledge on your own and it was successful? If you have not done it, trust me, you apply to a role like mine that I understand what it is. Do you really think I will give you the job? I won't. So when people tell me they are not getting jobs, I say you are not skilled enough. You have not shown the person that you deserve the money they are giving you. I keep saying it. Remote work is not a gift. It's an exchange of value. So first thing for you right now would be go back to go and revisit your courses. Take your own personal business. Because if I tell you to take WFS, you know what WFS does? Workplace Original Skills Program. It teaches you remote worker skill. What does it mean? All the skills you currently have, all the technical skills you're supposed to have around digital marketing, it is assuming you have that digital marketing skill. It will now teach you how to offer it online, like the tools you need to do work online. It will teach you the soft skills, the life skills, the digital skills, the softwares you need to be able to deliver what you know online and work collaboratively with people. And of course, for people that want to just become community managers, virtual assistants in maybe, regular, to maybe supporting somebody as a PA, things like that. Because those kind of jobs need only soft skills, student success management, community management, PA, they need only soft skills. What do I mean by what people call soft skills? I call them workplace functional skills. What do I mean? You need to be able to, manage my calendar. You need to be able to store things for me on Google folder. You need to be able to create my to-do list. You need to be able to structure. You need to be able to organize meetings for me and use Miro as a collaborative. You need to be able to handle brainstorming sessions for me. My correspondence in emails. You need to be able to do a lot of things that, takes up my time. That is, so if somebody takes WFS and they say they are looking for that kind of job, they don't need technical skill of digital marketing. They don't need all the technical skills of all these things you have talked about. They only need those foundational skills to offer that other role. But for anybody that wants to do a technical work remotely, what is a technical work? Whether you're doing content writing, it's a technical writing. You are doing project management, is a technical. You want to do project management, you want to do digital marketing, you want to do Scrum, you want to do, it is a like you have to have the technical skill and show results. You need to show me that you have done it. It's a different thing if you told me that, when I did this thing, doc, I set up adverts for myself. I generated 30 leads on WhatsApp per day. I spent 10,000 to generate 30 leads. Let's say you're telling me, you're giving me those numbers. I say, I spent 10,000 to generate 30 leads in a day. Out of those 30 leads, my conversion rate was 30% or 33%. In my head, I'm saying, okay, if he generated 30 leads and 10 of them bought from her, because when you say 33%, it means that 10 of 30 bought. I'm like, oh, great. Or you even say you generated 30 leads and 5 of them bought. I'm saying, okay, 15% conversion. That is not bad. But you have not given me all those data. It means that you just did, let me try it. That's not digital marketing. So you see that your problem is not these multiple courses you have taken. Your major challenge is you have not owned that skill. So when I tell people to stop taking courses upon courses, take one, go and do internship, go and use your money to do internship, volunteer, whatever. Set it in things like digital marketing, set it up yourself and get results. It is if you take WFS, there's a One of the things we teach you on WFS is how to do a portfolio like for the thing you know how to do, right? So that you can showcase to people. I will click on your portfolio and I will see. I was doing some shortlisting today in my recruitment. There is a young lady, I won't mention the role she applied for, and she attached a portfolio. It was not a very visually, it was not a prim and proper portfolio and everything. But in her attaching a portfolio, I saw the potential. I said, if this person could do this, I just need to give them maybe the right equipment. They already understand technicality. They just need the right equipment to be able to do this well. So if you had told me, oh, I manage a 5,000 naira budget daily, I ran the advert for 30 days, every day I was spending 5,000 naira, at the end of the day I spent 150K, and I was able to make a sale of 600K, that is results. When result talks, every other thing goes to the back seat, including certificates and certifications. Please own your skill. If you are here, you are listening to me, and your next plan is to go and get another thing. After you have learned and you have not done this thing, it will not work. Don't be a library. A library is the only place that is allowed to keep absorbing knowledge without implementing it. You are not a library. Okay? I hope that helps you to know what you need to do. So if when you have understood the things you learned, all the marketing you learned, you have implemented it, it has given you results, what you now need to do to package yourself and sell is on WFS, and work collaboratively remotely is on WFS. Do you understand? Things like, let me say, you need to know how to do your portfolio, cover letter, CV. I said, what is the essence of you doing CV, cover letter, portfolio, all those things, when there's nothing to package? There's nothing to package. What are you packing? What are you packing? What are you selling to someone? Nothing. There's no results to show. I hope this helps you. So the next question I'm going to take is, I spent a decade of my life in the commercial banking sector. I left the banking 7 years ago and returned to law practice. Within these 7 years, I find that I have had huge success in the past 7 years in the real estate sector of this legal profession. However, right now, I'm thinking of refining my services and creating a global niche in the real estate world. My dilemma right now is what services to offer, how to branch out into this unknown playing field, and how to ensure sustainability. I'm concerned that the services I render clients currently need some refining to be able to solve problems and deliver results. If I am to branch out with these services online, how do I start a real estate firm with a difference? I have too many questions and I'm currently quite muddled in my mind as to where to start and this thing. So Chinelo, here's what I'm going to say. You are thinking of refining your services. Maybe let me ask you this question. You said you have been offering in the real estate sector, offering legal advice in the real estate sector, and it's doing well. The question is, why are you refining your services? It could be two things. You are afraid that, or you have foresight, and you are seeing that if you continue to render it in the same way you are currently rendering it, you might reach a diminishing return, in the sense that there are some products that will say, like in product innovation, let me give you a clear distinct. Products always have the point where they start to decline, like they've reached apex, they start to decline. Every product has that. I don't know why it's keeping my mind right now. Someone should please remind me what this term is in product innovation. The lifetime cycle of the products, right? Now, that is one. It is either you're afraid that based on trends, maybe it is technology or something, it will reach a decline. And you are already seeing it. But that is why you might refine a service. Number two reason you might want to refine a service is you are not refining it, you want to expand it. That's not refinement. You simply want to expand it to say, oh, if I've captured this market, is there a possibility for me to capture a bigger market? That's not like, refining. You're just increasing your serviceable area. Let me put it that way. So that is not refining. It is just expanding your market. So I am now wondering to myself that if you are not refining the current products, right? And because it's not refinement if you are just trying to expand your scope. It's the first one that is refinement. You are afraid that it's going to reach a diminishing return, and you want to start adding extra things to the product itself or to the service in this case, in such a way that you remain relevant. So if it is the first one, I would have a different answer. If it is the second one, I will also have a different answer. So can you please respond? Is it the first one that you're afraid that this product that I'm seeing it is going to reach a lot of diminishing return? Or you simply want to increase your service area on the service you're currently offering? Because that would determine. If it is the second scenario, you want to expand your service area, which would be, I've had enough of Nigerian clients. Can I capture the international market? That is now a case of positioning. However, please note, I would say because you are offering legal advice in the real estate sector, you are restricted largely when it comes to selling, or rather, not selling, offering your services, your legal services in other clients. Because laws are different, and we all know that. One of the things I always tell when people come on GOP and they say they are doing law this thing, I always say, do you realize that law is different in every country? Because law is different in every country. I would not hire. It's like, for instance, now I get to Canada and I want to hire a legal person because I want to buy a house. And the legal person doesn't understand the legalities of Canada. They don't understand the laws of Canada. I will not give you that job because I do not know whether you will now advise me now. I will now take your advice. I will now realize that even you yourself did not know. That means blind person is guiding by blind person. Do you understand? So I won't take that advice. That is what is going to happen. So because I cannot trust that you understand that law of my country, I will not hire you. Now, there is, however, still a way you can benefit from the global space. And what would that be? A lot of Jackparians, people that have jackpot, are looking to buy property back home. They are looking into real estate back home. And because a lot of people that have jackpot, for the people that are not Nigerians, jackpot means people that have migrated. That's what jackpot means. It's a term for migration. For people who have jackpot, they would rather be dealing with a person who is trusted lawyer than be dealing with an agent. So you have, what you then need to do is build your image on LinkedIn. I know you have taken GOP Chinelo, so hello, you understand how to build your image on LinkedIn because you've taken GOP. You then need to build your image on LinkedIn and start using the method I taught you on article writing to put out content that would appeal to the jackpots. You need to start talking about how jackpot people need to invest in certain areas of real estate. You need to start talking about your experience of helping people in the last 7 years, offering them legal advice in the real estate. That is a way you can offer your services to the international market, but you are offering it to Nigerians in diaspora. That way, you are not taking any extra legal schooling. You are not going to extra school. The school you have done is enough. But you are now expanding your coast into the international market by targeting and acquiring a number of Nigerians in diaspora right now. So target Nigerians in diaspora and offer them legal advice in the real estate. That will be my approach. So you are not refining the service. You are only finding new target markets. That is what you are doing, right? That is what you are doing. So please, on the Global Opportunities Program, if you have taken, go back to where I taught you about positioning. Generate nothing less than 8 and 10 topics. You can use this thing. Google. Go to Google. Ask Google that what as in Nigerians who have traveled out in the last 10 years to Canada, UK, US, what are their major concerns around? That's the way you will prompt. You can ask AI, Meta AI or ChatGPT, the same thing, and ask it, what are the major concerns? What are their fears around buying property back home? When you know what their fears are, so you see those articles I asked you to be writing on the Global Opportunities Program to build your brand, you start to write articles and build brand around you being the legal person who helps, who they can trust. Again, people that have jackpot, they have trust issues. They believe that an average person back home rendering them a service wants to dupe them, which is why I say you being a lawyer is a major advantage to you. But you need to put yourself out there as two things: the person who has done this and who has experience in it, and the person who they can trust in terms of you have done this. Can they trust you with their money? Because in what you are going to deal with, if I'm going to give you $100,000 of my money in real estate, I'm going to advise you on how to invest in real estate. I'd better be able to trust you. And you need to show that, you need to build your brand online around trust. I hope this helps you. The remaining knowledge, go back to your Global Opportunities Program. It will teach you how to build that kind of brand, how to make sure you look at the parts. GOP will do that for you. And I hope this really helps you, Chinelo. Someone asked, good evening, Doc. Thank you so much for your clarity session. It's been awesome. I have a LinkedIn profile for years. I had it when I was working for my former boss as a teacher, but didn't put anything there. Now I want to add a virtual assistant career to it. My question is, do I build this old LinkedIn profile, adding my teaching experience as well as virtual assistant, or do I delete the old role and put it? Listen, never, ever try to duplicate your LinkedIn profile. Ever. They will block you. Someone paid me for a clarity session, I think towards the end of November. I've forgotten her name right now. I'm trying to remember. She had duplicates. They blocked her account. One of the things we discussed in that clarity session was unlocking their the LinkedIn account, because she opened one. She was trying to say, well, let me just start afresh, and they kept blocking it. Then she had to stop. I said, you will go and appeal, upload your passport, what people call international, your Nigerian passport, your national passport, whatever. You upload. You will do everything. You will fill the form they ask you to fill for them to restore the very first one, and you will delete every other one that you have. You should never, ever have 2 LinkedIn accounts. Why do you think people that offer people work scam or job scam on LinkedIn, why do you think they don't have an account on LinkedIn? If you ever see a job that is a scam and they are referring to one hiring manager, and you search the hiring manager on LinkedIn, you cannot find them, that job is most likely a scam. You know why? Because LinkedIn is very strict on people having, the moment you have multiple accounts, they see you as a scam. And that's, they are clamping down on your accounts. If you like open 10, they will clamp down on everything. In fact, use a new phone number, a new computer system, a new network, a new everything. They would find you and close it. Don't try it. So, your old one, you are the owner of the account. Simply go and build the account, optimize it. I don't know. If you say you have experience, my recommendation of a program to you would be GOP, because you need to learn the skills on how you then build your new LinkedIn. That is a skill. It's not a clarity question. The clarity question is what I've just provided answer to, is like, don't open another one. This one, all your job. If I show you my LinkedIn profile, all my unrelated job experiences on my LinkedIn profile, everything. But the mistake people make is, you know, when I teach professionals with experience on GOP, that's the Global Opportunities Program, how their education and all that is not really relevant, they think I'm joking. People don't really care much about the education and all the certification area that you list on LinkedIn. They don't care much about the diversity of it. They don't care much. They care about what is on the banner of your LinkedIn, what is on the header of your LinkedIn, and what is in the about section. And that is where most people goof. That's where most people goof. You'll be seeing header of managing director, Ade and Sons. Their banner, blue, nothing is there. That's where most people goof. But they'll be, or if they don't write Ade and Sons, they will write virtual assistant, content creator. They will write all those things, plenty slash. When they finish writing all those things, they'll be expecting, because they listed themselves as virtual assistant and all those multiple things, I should start throwing this thing. I don't know how many of you attended yesterday's alumni spotlight session. If you attended, I'm sure you would have listened to Blessing. Blessing, an alumni of WFS and the Academy, or Skill for Work Academy in general, said that before she took WFS, she had applied for over 500 jobs on LinkedIn, that she was not kidding me. That none of them even invited her for an interview. None, like not one. Then when she took WFS, by the way, I just did introduction to LinkedIn on module 6 of WFS. It was like a bonus model. She said she didn't need the job, but she wanted to see this thing that this woman taught me. Does it work? She went to go and apply for one internship position in the US company. Said, Doc, for the first time in my life, they actually scheduled me for an interview. She declined that offer because she wanted to test run it if what I've taught her is real. She test run it. Now, Tosin is here. Tosin is my intern at iTrain Africa. Tosin moderated that meeting yesterday. Oluwatosin is currently interning with us at iTrain Africa. So when Blessing mentioned that, Oluwatosin was like, oh, that it happened to her too. Then when she finished WFS, she said, let her test run what this woman has said first. That she had applied for plenty things before WFS on LinkedIn. Nothing came to her. Then she took WFS. She just said, let me try it. And she got the offer. She now declined it. Why? Because she was already interning with us. Why am I saying this? See, my experience on LinkedIn, if I show you, it's so diverse, you may not even be able to understand what my profession is. In my experience section on LinkedIn. But for every time I want to get a global opportunity, be it a job or something, in a specific area of my life, I know exactly what to do. And I will not touch my education. I will not touch my experience. My education is static. My experience, it's static. Like your work experience is your education, you cannot change it. So what are the things I can change? I can change what my banner looks like. I can change what my header looks like. I can change what my about section looks like. I can change what my featured section looks like. I can change my skills area. I can change what my recommendation looks like. And those 6 places will get me a job in the new thing I want to do. Because I know exactly how to build those places to look like what I want. So it is not about you having virtual assistant, teacher, and all those things in your LinkedIn profile as per experience. I want to show that you will know that I'm not trying to give you what, I want to show you what my LinkedIn profile looks like in the, what are they calling it? In the job section, right? Like my experience section. I'll show you what this thing looks like. I'm trying to be saying, our experience are not really, correlated, right? You can see my screen, right? Let's go to my school and my experience. What's my experience? Founder. Are you seeing it? Founder, iTrain Africa. Entrepreneurship. Program coordinator, Museum for the United Nations. Design lead, Natural History Museum of London. Teacher, University of Lagos. Talents Unleash, Innovation Lab. Are you seeing it? Quality Control Assistant, NMPC. That's my total experience. Do you understand? Did I remove any of them? But the next time I want to get a paid job, contract, full-time or whatever, I will not touch any of those experiences and I will get a job in the thing I desire. That is what I teach people how to do on GOP. Many people come on GOP, they are confused about what to front load. The first part of GOP, which I encourage every professional to have at least taken in their life, which is the part of brand clarity. I am very big on clarity. I said, when you are clear about how you want to look on LinkedIn, what is the message? When people come across me on LinkedIn this year, what impression do you have of me on LinkedIn this year? The only impression I keep putting out is me as the founder of iTrain Africa. Skilled for Work Academy, not even just iTrain Africa. The only impression I keep front-loading, you would think I don't have any other experience in any way apart from founding this Skilled for Work Academy. It is an intentional thing. That is what things I teach on GOP. I say, in the first part of GOP, if you wonder what GOP is, it's Global Opportunities Program. It's an application-based program. You can only apply to it. You must have experience before you can apply to it, right? The program is currently to 68. I cannot promise you it's the same thing next year. It's going to be higher, but I'm just saying it right now. Now, that program, the reason why I have been able to use it to help people from 27 plus profession is because it is a framework. Like, it doesn't matter who is using it. But one thing is common to all of them. At the beginning of the program, they must do that brand clarity thing. Like, who do you want to be on LinkedIn in this phase of your life? I did not talk about your most, I'm sure now some people will be saying, this woman academic, she has taught at university. She should be front-loading this academic distance. Did I tell you I wanted to advertise myself as an academic in this phase of my life? I did it a couple of years ago. I won different global opportunities that took me out of this country. That was then. So please, list all your experience. All my education, let me show you. Can I alter my education? I cannot alter any education. My education is my education. There's nothing I can do about it. I did part of my in RGU in UK. My main PhD was in University of Lagos. With master's was in University of Lagos. With BSc was in, do you understand? So my main degrees are from University of Lagos and all that. Will I change it? I cannot change it. It is what it is. But I can change so many other aspects of this profile to help it look like what I want to get. Right? So, I hope I've answered your question around listing everything. Because sometimes, not even sometimes, one of the things I tell people on GOP that is the experienced professional is, no one in the remote work space, in the global space right now, people are not looking for specialists. Like, how do I explain it? If they want to hire me as a product marketing person right now, they are looking for that fact that I've done product marketing, design innovation before. They are looking for that. But beyond me understanding the job I want to do, they need me to have diverse experience. Chinelo is here. She has taken GOP. This thing I just told you is the same thing I tell on the GOP. They need you to express diversity in who you are. And that diversity needs to be seen on your LinkedIn. Okay? So I hope that helps you to not go and create another LinkedIn profile. You just need to learn how to build this LinkedIn profile to look like what you do. If you're interested in learning, GOP is your best bet. If you're an experienced professional, GOP is your best bet. I'm very ready. I understand you, ma. Great. Good evening, Doc. Thank you so much for your amazing. One of the most challenging things for a person who is multi-talented is knowing exactly where to focus. How come I was just talking about that? Over the years, I'm a multi-potentialite. So yeah, I understand. Over the years, I have been an entrepreneur with the main focus on making money and supporting my husband. I ventured into the sales of turkey wares. I have also been a fashion entrepreneur for more than 20 years. I ventured into production of ready-to-wear garments, but didn't do so well. Found that a major gap in the business is marketing. You cannot sell. See, marketing is a life skill. I served as a national secretary for a women organization for about 11 years, 4 different regimes. National secretary. I've been married and I've been a marriage and relationship counselor for over 20 years, but became a certified professional family life coach early this year. I realized I need to focus on one thing, and so I need clarity. I joined the project management course and also registered for the forthcoming WFF. Now I want to be able to gain clarity as to what direction to follow. My strength lies in critical thinking, coordination, and ability to manage people effectively. I like to get clarity on what I'm best suited to giving what I have done in the past. Thank you. I hope I made sense. You did make sense. Please, I also like to add that I have all the time in my hands right now, but I want to get right this time. Taking about getting all the certification. It's me you are referring to. Oh, you know why I'm smiling? Multi-talented people face the same challenge all the time. I said something at the beginning of this clarity session. I said, do you know why I keep giving clarity sessions for free? You know, every other time. In 2019, I was in in 2018, I was in the UK at RGU doing this thing. I was doing well, fantastically well. Do you understand? Academically. But when you know that there are too many things and you need to focus. There was one woman who was going to come and give a lecture in Liverpool. I was in Aberdeen, Scotland. Liverpool is quite a distance. It's not like I even had money. I decided to go on a bus trip to Liverpool. I went to Liverpool. You know why? Not just for the academic conference. Guess what topic she was speaking around? 10 things you can do aside lecturing with your PhD program. I just knew that I needed to always teach. I needed to be in a space where I could do something and I would see the results almost immediately. I loved impact. That is why I chose to be. I'm one of those that I knew from year 3 I was going to be a teacher. I was not looking for bank work. I wanted to teach all my life. Now, why am I saying this? The moment that woman, I sat in that class and I listened to some things. I sat in that talk. I just knew. Then when I came back to Nigeria, I went to look for Mrs. Ibukun Awushika, and she helped me to clarify some things for that. Those 2 people, those 2 women were instrumental in my clarity journey. And I said to my husband, then I said, this is what I want to do. iTrain Africa is what I want to do. Was there resistance? Yes, because at that time, the most logical thing to do was to continue the academic part, lecture and everything. It was the most logical thing. It was the safest thing to do. But I had done a personality test. I'm going to ask you, have you done a personality test? If you have not, on WFS, the free version of WFS, admin, is it Aisha or Aisha or I'm not sure. Can you drop me the free version of the WFS? Even when I say the free version, module 1 of the WFS, the module 1 of it, the clarity module is free. For you to know how big I am on clarity, for people to understand, to have clarity, at least in the minimum. On that module, the lesson 2 of it was for you to do a personality test. It's called the 16 personality test. When you take that 16 personality, I don't know if you have done it, it helps you to see your strengths and your weaknesses. Because it helps you to see your strengths and your weaknesses, you will see that there will be something out of you being a secretary, being a life coach or a parental coach. And obviously, you said you ventured into the entrepreneurship and all those things, but it says something about you from this. You are not a natural entrepreneur. Marketing is not your cup of tea, so dump it. So what it means is, you see those entrepreneurship fashion this thing, first dump it. It has eliminated. Why? Because if you must scale, if you must reach apex in that area, marketing you must like. And from what you have said, you do not really enjoy marketing. That is eliminated. Now, you say you did National Secretary for Women Organization for 11 years, 4 different regimes. And being a marriage and relationship counselor for over 20 years. And you became a certified one recently. I'm now going to ask you, you have been doing this for 20 years. Obviously, I assume it is monetized. You're not just offering it in your church or something. That thing you are doing is monetized. Is it monetized? The counseling, do you offer it for money? Is it monetized? Because if it is not monetized, it's just a hobby. Like, are you getting money from it? I'm going to go and read your response. So it means you've been doing it for 20 years, unmonetized, and you just monetized it recently when you did a professional this thing. I just knew, like the way you wrote it, that you were doing it like for free. Now, so what it means is it's not actually your career per se. You just realize that you have been doing this thing free, and decide to take a certification in it to make it professional. Now, there are some things you may naturally do for free for a long time. But when it comes to it being a career, you may not find fulfillment in it. When it comes to you doing it for money, you may not find fulfillment in it. I do not say you will. Why am I saying it? If you're an impact-oriented person that cares about the family unit, you would love to do that thing and fix marriages and fix all those things. But when it becomes a career, why am I saying it? A career in you monetizing it means that you need to market it. Your source of livelihood is not going to depend on it. So if your source of livelihood is going to depend on it, and you have to set up, you have to build a brand around being the go-to marriage counselor. You need to build that brand. Do you think you are willing to invest in building a brand to sell this brand? Are you willing? Because to put it into perspective, you are going to become like a me, building a brand around being a global opportunities expert, building, you're going to have to build a brand around be the go-to person for marriage counseling, and people will pay you. What does that mean? You have to start writing, start creating learnings, videos, ebooks, whatever. to sell to people or for people, because you need to create those digital assets for people to then engage you in services. One person I would like for you to follow on Instagram is Roots Marriage. Let me find her. Roots Marriage on Instagram. Roots Marriage. She's a marriage counselor. She does an amazing work. She has a very good online marriage counselor track record, kind of this thing. I follow her and I like, she has built a brand. Roots Marriage, RUTHS Marriage, Roots Marriage. She has 250,000 followers. She wrote a book earlier this year. She's got Have Sex and Pray. That's the name of her ebook. You should find her. She's a marriage therapist. I counsel and help couples enjoy marriage God's way, individual couples. That means you should go and look at Roots Marriage. You found her. Then ask yourself, am I willing to build this online? Because if you are willing to, 2 things I would then recommend to you. You have enrolled for WFS, fantastic. So it means it will help you with all those setting up, like understanding how to offer your stuff. That is what it helped Ijeoma with. Ijeoma already had over 15 years of experience before she came on WFS in October. So when she got on it, she simply learned how she then needs to create a portfolio, a rate card with Canva, set up her online presence and all that. Then she used it to start offering services on LinkedIn. And before she finished WFS, she had made over 2 million naira. Like from week 3, like she started in week 1 October, between week 3 and week this thing, she had offered services to 3 different clients that paid her over to like 400, 200, 800, that kind of money. Do you understand? Why? What did Ijeoma have? I would not lie, Ijeoma was a client that worked with me 2 years ago before she got into a car accident and got paralyzed and everything. If you're wondering who Ijeoma is, you can find her. Give me 1 minute. You can find her on one of our Skilled for Work pages, iTrain Africa. You'll find our story there, iTrainAfrica.com/ workplace foundational skills. Yeah. So at the end of that page, there is a video of Ijeoma. You can listen to our story there. But why was Ijeoma able to quickly start making money from her knowledge on WFS? She is an experienced person. She had the experience to offer. What she did not know how to do was to package the experience and offer it remotely. So when she joined WFS, she learns the skills on how to work remotely, combined it with her technical expertise and started offering it. And number 2, why did it easily work for her despite her health situation? She had done GOP, not GOP as a course. She was my one-on-one client 2 years ago before she got into that accident, right? She paid me for a one-on-one to learn what I teach on GOP one-on-one. I call it the PPP framework. It's a profile building, platform organization, and positioning. So she had built her brand on LinkedIn 2 years ago. Okay, let me correct that. We had built a profile. She had not built a brand. When I say we had built a profile, she had taken the lessons, built the profile, we optimized the platform. When it was time for her to go and start building a brand, how does she build a brand? She should start putting out articles to position herself to be a certain kind of person. Like I said, you need to go and position yourself to look like the marriage counselor people want to, people want to, interact with, right? Now, that she had not done that part of building her image before the accident happened. But one of the reasons we always encourage professionals that can afford to invest in themselves, to take GOP is she had done the LinkedIn work. She had done the building of the profile. So the day, 2 years after her accident, because right now she's still in therapy for her paralysis and everything, 2 years after, despite she did not do the last P. What is my last P? Profile building platform. She did not do positioning. She didn't write those articles I asked her to write them. But the profile was set. The moment she joined WFS and realized that, oh, I can now render my expertise remotely from this my bed. I don't have to do much. Right? I now understand. Doctor said we should do a rate card or we should use this Canva to do this. She simply took those soft or workplace foundational skills and combined it with her already set LinkedIn profile and started to position as that person. Remember, her LinkedIn profile was ready to receive. So the moment she started putting out articles and people started visiting her page that was ready to receive visitors, they could offer her money to do the job of the consulting for NGOs for them. So why am I saying this? Should you decide that you need to build your brand around counseling, you would need to upskill. You will need to maybe take our program on GOP to learn how to build such a brand and then start building it on LinkedIn and on Instagram. What you take from GOP, because GOP teaches you how to build a brand on the highest platform. As far as I'm concerned, LinkedIn is the highest social media platform for professionals who are serious about anything. No? I did not say something that I want to play with, who are serious about anything, right? It's the highest professional platform. If you are able to handle that platform well, it's like by the time you start offering that same knowledge that you're offering on LinkedIn, on Instagram, people look at you like, oh, you are so super. Your head is correct. Why do people really follow me on LinkedIn? It's because I have taken the quality kind of content I will put on LinkedIn and I put it on Instagram, that you don't really have to plenty people that, you know, who can offer that kind of quality thing. So when people find me on Instagram with that quality knowledge, you're like, oh, wow, I want to stay here. Do you understand me? So why am I hammering on this, your counseling? It is what you have the longest experience in. But my only reservation is it will take you to market your personal brand, not product or services. Do you understand? Not products, but you still need to market yourself. But this time around, the things you need to market yourself, you already have it, which is the experience of the last 20 years. Now, one more thing, those people you have offered that experience to for free need to give you testimonials. Written, video, whatever. You need to churn it out of them. You need to drag it out of them. Why am I saying this? If you listen to Ijeoma, the full Ijeoma's, let me find it. Ijeoma's full story, right, is on our YouTube channel. But the 3 minutes version of it, you can listen to it here. On itrainafrica.com workplace foundational skills, or what my team has dropped in the comment section. Ijeoma's story is there. You can read it up. Now, if you want to listen to our full story, go to our YouTube channel or just come on this page, really. Listen from 7 minutes to 20 minutes. It will help you. You should go and listen to her, because what she did is what will definitely work for you. But in her own case, she had taken GOP in the past. So she only needed to take WFS now to learn the skills, the soft skills, to combine with her brand building skills she had done before and start pushing herself. So she said, Doc, when I wanted to start putting myself out as a consultant for the NGOs. I simply went to the people that I've worked with, that I've done free work for before, and asked them to support me. And they did. And she put it out in her portfolio. She built her portfolio. Aisha, or I don't know, did you drop the link of that free seller for me? I'm looking for that free this thing. So you understand what I'm saying? She simply used the free testimonial of those people. Huh? She used the free testimonial of those people to build her portfolio and showcase to the new people she was offering it to. And they gave her the jobs to do for them from her house. And she said that was the very first dime she was earning in 2 years since her accident. You can go and listen to her. You understand what I'm saying?
I lost my job. I lost everything. I was doing my PhD. I could not continue at the same time. I was undergoing physiotherapy, so many things. Imagine having a baby less than 3 months old and then going through all that drama. And then I just decided in September, in fact, I registered on the last 30th of September. I said, I've been seeing these emails. Let me just register. Number one, what can I lose from it? What can I do? I don't stand to lose anything. At least I would gain, if we want to have the knowledge. I just felt it was something that I didn't need. But by the time I registered, it just reignited something inside of me. I've been doing this NGO consulting for people free as much as I can because of my wealth of experience, and I have a master's in nonprofit management and all that. Trained in a US university and all that. I have a lot of certifications, but then I have not been able to really monetize my knowledge since I was out of a job. So this course, with the little things I learned, I was able to now package myself, put a proposal together. I used Canva to prepare I had to even change my LinkedIn profile, changed everything, started writing again on LinkedIn. And then using ChatGPT now was also like an advantage to me. I was able to come up with proposals, come up with SOPs, come up with a lot of documents, and I pitched to the people that I've been doing free services for. The first client I got paid me 400,000 naira. I'm not joking. It was like, I was asking myself from 35,000, I mean 30-something thousand naira that I invested. To be honest, I didn't have that money. Like, you know how it is now. I didn't have that money. I have not earned a dime since May. All the money I've been getting are from my husband or any money I get from my family, and it was going towards my medical treatment. So I just said, let me just spend this money that I have. And for the first time, I got an alert, 400K. I thought it was a joke. Then I went on and said, I did a video editing, what they call it, a very short social media video, what they call 1 minute video for a client. And they paid me 200,000 naira. Like that, before I knew what was happening. You know, today I took stock. I just got another client today. And what I'm sharing this is, I know I'm a bit incoherent. I don't know how to really. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just trying to, I don't know, the assignment, I don't even know what to say. I just took stock of the past 6 weeks. It was very challenging, health-wise, putting together, sitting down, listening to the videos, even trying to do my physiotherapy, do everything at the same time. But then I took stock and I saw that I had received more than 2 million naira. I'm not joking. In payment for services I knew this, I had this knowledge, but this helped me put it together. Services I was rendering to people free. I have to now package myself. I did a rate card. I watched the portfolio class that day. Before the class even ended, I created the portfolio for myself immediately. As I was watching that, I created a portfolio and I sent, that was the last client I got. And they just credited me with 800,000 naira to start restructuring their NGO. Because
I want you to listen to that. You can go and hear a backstory, how she got into an accident and everything on YouTube. The entire video is on YouTube. Because I just kept thinking, like, how do I make you listen to someone that is like you? That's just what I wanted you to listen to. Like when she was saying I was doing this thing for free, I'd gotten certification from Kidiko. She just sounded like you. This particular video was on November 13, less than a month ago. It was in a Zoom class, on Zoom, not Zoom class, it was the last off-boarding session for batch 5 of WSS. right? So you could just go to this page, iTrafficker skilled for work information or something. You'll find it there, or just iTrafficker YouTube, this thing, offboarding of batch 5. It was on November 13th. Why am I saying this? It is key that you see that you're this thing, you say you like it, and you do not mind doing it for money, and you have experience in it. Another person I like you to follow on Instagram is Miriam Lemu. Go and find Miriam Lemu. Those two people, I respect their marriage counseling a lot. Miriam Lemu, Maryam, then Lemu. That's her name. She's fair. She's Hausa. She's fair. Very fine woman like this. Miriam Lemu. Find her. You will learn a lot from her in how she has built her brand to speak at the right places. The good thing, why I always recommend LinkedIn for people to build their brand alongside Instagram is, I always say, when you are ready to be called to important places, to come and give advice, to come and speak on stages, you must build a LinkedIn brand standard. Do you understand? But Instagram is a place that you can also use, but it favors you more to get one-on-one clients on it. When I say like one-on-one clients, but when you are looking to build a brand that you want people to actually even notice you, to call you, to speak to multitudes, you must have a LinkedIn well-built brand. That would be my advice. And I hope this really helps you. So I do not advise you to start, because this your project management aspiration, because you like to coordinate. You are starting again. So that's why I kept saying, are you willing to market yourself as a human being, not a product? If you are willing to, you can build your brand. It will take you nothing less than 6 months of intense work, but I can guarantee you by mid of 2025, people will start saying, you need to be that person they are referring to as that marriage counselor. That would be my advice to you. I hope that has helped you and blessed you. Someone said most of what no wonder I'm into network marketing and I'm not prospering. So as in most of what you're hearing for the first time. Yeah, I know. Most people are hearing it for the first time, as in most people come here and they're like, oh shit, something scale fell off my eyes. I know. So let me read the next person. Good evening, Doc. Thank you so much for the clarity session. Okay, I've answered that. Please stick to your counseling, but drag out testimonials from the people you have done for free. You see what Ijoma did now. Yes, I have, because I said I have also started. Okay, no, I've done. Hello, Dr. A. From what you are explaining, perhaps my question should have been, how do I set up my LinkedIn profile, considering I'm a teacher with over 20 years experience, and I've also learned the SFW Virtual Assistant course? Setting up your LinkedIn profile professionally is not clarity question. The only clarity I can offer you is, please, as an experienced professional, go and enroll on GOP. It is a skill you need to learn. We need to teach you the skill of building your own profile, like writing about yourself from a place of value. It is a skill you need to learn. It's not a clarity issue. Do you understand? Teaching you how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, all the sections you need to optimize, is not a clarity question. Like, you need to be in a class where we are teaching you, this is how you craft this place. This is how, do you know, it's a skill acquisition. Same thing, the things that will help people then see you and want to work with you, which is positioning, which is article writing. Article writing on LinkedIn is called technical writing. You need to learn how to technically write. It's a skill. So it is not how do you, like when you say, how do I set up my LinkedIn profile? It's like saying, how do I set up a business? That's how it is. Like, you need to acquire the skill of it. So the clarity you probably need. So if it is, you want to position yourself as that teacher online and get, so what WFS does for you is you have teaching experience. your technical skill. WFS can help you do what? Know how to offer that thing online, as in you have the skill to work remotely to offer your teaching profession, because now you can design your Canva to say a teacher that works, whatever it is you want to call yourself. Do you understand? You can do all that skill, and just like Ijeoma just finished talking, right? But the thing is, you don't now know, like, you don't know how to build a brand of teaching. Now, to build a brand of teaching, you need to acquire the skills of brand building, which is what is covered on GOP. I don't know if that makes sense. Someone said, I have worked with this microfinance bank for 10 years and I am good at credit administration. Can I also work remotely? And what area would you advise me to focus on, ma'am? Microfinance bank, and I'm good at credit. So what are you working as? Credit administrator. Deborah, were you working as credit administrator? I need to know what you are working as. And say you are good at credit administration. What was your job title? What did they call you in that job? So please answer me so I can know, because there's almost all jobs can be done remotely. So it is a question of what is the job? Because if I wanted to search, I don't know what you were. So when you say you're good at credit administration, so I'll probably just come here and type credits. Were you a credit analyst? Do you understand? Or I don't know. I need to know what you are. What are you? What are you? You know, like any job can be done remotely. You see what I just did? I put credit, and I don't know the other credits, whatever it is that you are, but I'm just saying, I just put the word credit and I used analyst. Now I will simply come here and filter it and say I want the credit analyst to be remote. That there are 205 jobs that are remote work for credit analyst. If that is what you were, I don't know what you were. So I say quantitative analytical credit models oversight manager, $113,000 to $141,000 per year. Post-award grant analyst, remote, all those things. So like, I don't know, credit analyst and associates, I don't know what you have. So almost anything can be done online, but the two major challenges, has any of my team dropped the free version? I don't know, that free, what I'm saying, I think you need to go and watch that free WFS module 1 if you've not taken WFS before. Why am I saying it? Okay, see it here. Yes, there. I don't know if this will take me to seller. Moina, this does not take me to seller. Is there a button that takes me to the free version of this thing on seller? I don't know if there's a is there Aisha or who is here? I don't know who is here. I'm looking for that seller free link because I wanted to send this person there. Okay, they've dropped it on seller, great, as in on this thing. Thank you. So I'm just going to dump it here. Why do I want to send you here? Another challenge I've seen people have when they want to work remotely is what they call themselves locally is not what their title is globally. So in module 1 of the Workplace Foundational Skills program, right? Give me 1 minute. Nadia, to your no. No. Be fast. Yes. The first thing. The first thing. The first thing you asked me, I'll close that door. Now, what I'm sending you here is, it is one thing to do the title of your job locally. It is another thing to know what the variation is globally. So I've seen people search for banker on online, and there's basically nothing like that. If you are working in the bank is an industry, is a sector, is a work sector. So what were you doing? Were you a product manager in the sector? What were you, right? That is what I'm trying to ask. So if I know what you were for setting, how do you apply for, read more about how to, okay, workplace foundational skills program here. So that way I know exactly, what I'm looking for on LinkedIn. So, but this is just me giving an example of, whatever it is you have done to work. The question now is, do you have the remote worker skill? Because it's possible you have your credit administration skill, but you don't know how to work remotely. What do I mean by you don't know how to work remotely? Like, for instance, your digital proficiency must be high. Like after this, if you take this module now, this first one, can you see it is free for you to access the first 5 lessons on this version. It is the other lessons that you may not be able to access. Now, what am I saying? In module 2, you need to learn the text apps, software, tools that they will use to work in the remote workspace. Nobody works, on Microsoft as in the non-online version. People work in cloud, people work in space when you're working remotely, so your team members can find other things when you are not there. Do you understand? Same thing, like, all those other tools, ability to use Zoom and other meeting tools and all those things, virtual collaboration, Open, Miro, and all those things, Canva, yada, 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 Slack. You need to know how to use Slack very well. If you check my team, this thing right now, like this thing, my team Slack is on it, This is where, like, my interns, all staff members, this is where we work. So those are the kind of things that we used to do remote work. So you may be a good credit administrator, but if you have never done credit administration online, you need to enroll for WFS so that you can learn the remote worker skill, then offer what you know how to do virtually. Because trust me, whatever it is you know how to do, it does exist online remotely. You just need to be able to work remotely. Knowing your work is different from knowing how to work remotely. So whenever people say you need both skills to work remotely, it means you need technical skill, meaning what they are employing you for, your title, project manager, all those things, your title, and how to work, which is the workplace foundational skills. How to work is what stops people from getting remote jobs because they don't know how to work, but they know the work they want to do. So for instance, you're an accountant, you know how to do your accounting and balancing. Well, I will now tell you that I want to work with a client. My accountant in my company will join me on Zoom meeting. I send you a calendar invite. You did not join. You now join 30 minutes later after I've called you on WhatsApp. You say, why did you not join? Says, you did not tell me. Why didn't I tell you? But I sent you a calendar invite. You'll be telling me what is calendar invite. That means that you want me to be calling you before you know to check your calendar or to know even what calendar invite is. That means even if you know your job, you cannot work with me because you don't know how to work with me. Do you understand? I send you a Slack message. You did not respond. You don't have that habit. I ask you, I would like for us to be able to maybe work with Zoho or use Zoho as our accounting software. You're asking me what is Zoho, and you cannot go and ask AI. One of the things I teach them is you must know how to work, do research. See module 4. Research, ability to use research to answer all the questions you're asking me. Your mindset must go to research first. So those, like, whereas nobody will teach you that those are the kind of things that is preventing you from getting that remote job. You will be thinking is because you don't have certification in accounting. You will now go and be putting your money on ACCA, AGDC, whereas why you did not even land that interview in the first place is because your CV is crappy. Your cover letter is not a cover letter. You are copying your CV and dumping it on cover letter, and you are expecting me to call you to that interview. So how will I know you even know the job? Before I even read your CV, I've seen your cover letter and I've thrown your application out. So it is the soft skills, the foundational skills you don't even have. So you heard when Blessing was saying yesterday that she had done 500 on English, she did not get one. Same thing, Tosin. that they will not even call her. I said, how would they call you? I don't read CV. Like, people are applying for jobs with us right now. I reviewed like 87 applications today. I did not open one CV. I could figure out what I needed to figure out from the way they responded to why do you want this job and what will you do. I asked situational question. I asked you, in this situation, what will you do? And I looked at their LinkedIn profile, and that was all. And that is what hiring managers do. But you go and pay somebody 50K to do your CV, the CV that they will never get to open. Because what is preceding that CV, we don't know it. Do you understand me? So please, I do not recommend that if your desire is to work remotely in what you know, please enroll on WFS. You need it. It's that simple. It's a skill you need to acquire workplace foundational skills, especially for remote work. It is foundational skills for everybody, whether you're in academia, you're in freelancing, you're an entrepreneur. There are different things we teach you, like entrepreneurs now. We teach them how to use Google Sheets to create inventory for their product, to structure their business so their staff is not stealing. When you say it's foundational, everybody must have it. Foundational skills, simple. Is that like it's foundational? And under the foundational workplace skills, you have 4 major things. You must have digital skills, soft skills. So for instance, if you see our communication model, it's around soft skills. Our last module is around life skills, where we have design thinking, negotiation. Those are life skills, selling, ability to sell, design thinking. If you read my email 2 days ago, I wrote about design thinking. How everyone in the next couple of years, it should be a requirement for almost any job. I'm not joking, design thinking. And people have never even heard of it. The first time I heard about design thinking was in Singapore in 2018. I was selected as an Unleashed Talent in the SDG Lab. It's a global talent where they gather people from across the world that are working on the SDGs. It's fully sponsored, it's Unleashed. My own was in Singapore. We spent 8 days there. That's the first time I heard about design thinking. So if you're wondering why is this woman so smart, why does she think critically? That is what happened to me. And there are a lot of things people don't even know that they lack. And that is always the thing that pains me. You don't even know you lack it. So you don't know why you are being rejected. It's when you know what you lack, you will go and ask Google that. Maybe right now I say, oh, you lack this thing. You're not going to ask Google. Many people don't even know what they lack. And that is a major challenge, not knowing what you lack. Okay, next question is, this is really interesting, but most of what I'm hearing here, I'm hearing them for the first time. No wonder I'm into network marketing and I'm not prospering. So now, please, what course do I start from to improve myself? I'm not sure. You didn't give me context to this question. But like I said, WFS is where everybody starts from. It doesn't matter what you want to do. WFS is Workplace Foundational Skills Program. It doesn't matter the kind of work you want to do. It's called Workplace Foundational Skills Program. It doesn't matter. And it will shock you to know that over 80% of our students are people that are already working. And they will come back and say, hi, now I know why I was not progressing in my profession. I was stuck. I thought I needed MBA. But I just think that even MBA, people that have done MBA in my office or that have done this thing, they are still not at that level. People know that even those that have done that are still not at that level. But for lack of not knowing what to go and acquire, I tell everybody this is not because I'm the creator of WFS. There is no WFS with another person out there. Quote me. I created this from pain. Do you know how much and how long it took me to know what was needed? I tested this curriculum for 3 years. I was getting people testing it on them for 6 months to say, is this what I want my worker to have? And I was working remotely at UN Live at some point. So I was asking, what were they demanding from me on the global stage? What was my staff lacking? 3 years, 9 demographics. I could have made shitload of money if I wanted to launch it as at the first time I did this thing and started to sell it. I could have. But again, I did not go to Unleash Innovation Lab, the biggest innovation lab in the world, to release a crappy product. No. My products must be a solution to people's needs, people's problems. And the first problem people have is clarity. You cannot take my programs, GOPO, WFS, or even WFS is subsidized at a ridiculous price, right? Imagine all these lessons for how much? Less than $50? Do you understand? The first model is clarity. Because you must be clear. So when you are acquiring the skills, you know what to do with it. You must be clear. From what you're explaining, perhaps my question should have been, okay, I've answered that. Okay, I've answered that. Please read, okay, I've answered that. Product life cycle, thank you. You are right. I believe it's expanding. I need right now, but I want to offer more services than I currently do. You don't have to offer more services. You have to scale the service you're offering. Not more in terms of numbers. Now, there's a caveat. If there's a request, let me put it, my WFS right now is the main offering of this academy. The Skill for Work Academy, we have WFS, which is at the soft skills school, that is a foundational program. In the technical school, we offer project management, product management, and content creation. By the way, I feel like anybody that really wants to get work in this Nigeria and is looking for what can I learn, and in the next couple of months they will employ me, is content creation. Every single day, my partners are recruiting me like this. I'm still finding content creator. I'm like, hey, people keep taking courses that the people are not looking for. You will wake up, you will take business analysis, you will take data entry, you will take information technology, you will take this. Whereas every day, when people come into our inbox and saying, do you have interns? They are asking for intern content creators. We don't have. That's just me. You know, I just saw this that I thought I should let you know. So if there's one course I will encourage you to take at my academy right now, it is content creation. Because trust me, you are not in the market. You'll be shocked. Exactly where my dilemma is. Very accurate. So not more services. So I was going to explain to you that if, for instance, your main offer, as a sequel to your main offer, people are constantly asking you for that thing, you can now offer it as a main service. But look at me, whenever I come to these clarity sessions, you hear me talk about workplace foundational skills all the time. Why? Everybody needs that one. Now, should you do this? Oh, now I now need a technical skill. Technical skill is a sequel. It's with only soft skills, with only foundational skills, you can get a job. I tell people that what you can. My interns have been, gotten a job with me or with other organizations with only WFS. That means it is the minimum that anybody must have to be employable, whether they are employing themselves or they are being employed. The minimum you must have to be employable in the global space. I did not talk about employable at the scale you are doing it though. Employable in the global space, you need a minimum of WFS. Now, the addition, the only thing I always tell people is the kind of jobs you can do with WFS, you cannot demand a job that is too high in pay. They call it low entry barrier jobs, right? Can you see it? Can I get a job with WFS? Can I get, like, that is what we answered on this page. Workplace foundation. Say, yes, you can. Here are some jobs you can start processing with. See, this confidence person, what did he get job as? Is it virtual assistant or something? Offered me, do you understand? This person, virtual assistant, executive assistant, P, all those kind of things. Now, what did Joy get job as? Like an enrollment officer in an EdTech, this thing. So the kind of jobs you can do is executive assistant, virtual assistant, customer service representative, online educator, course assessor, program coordinator, community management, sales rep. Those kind of things, they are low entry barrier. Like, with just your foundational skills, you can do them. Do you understand? But you cannot use your foundational skills alone to start a technical career. Like you cannot use it to start project management, technical content creator. You need to go and learn the technicality of that one. And with the higher the technicality of a profession, the higher the pay you command. Do you understand? The higher the technicality of a profession, the higher the pay you command. But can you start here? Fantastic, you can start here. So that is what I would say regarding that this thing. So please, the reason why we offer content is because people are done and they need technical skills. Some people don't come to our academy, they don't have technical skills. So they need to acquire technical skills to start a career, or when I say start, they could be transitioning or actually just recent graduates. So they need technical skills to say, oh, I'm a technical content writer, I'm a project manager, you know, things like that. Or I'm a, whatever it is, digital marketer and all those things. So you need a technical career. So if your product is only as a result of your main offer, people are now asking for that sub offer, please create it so you're not offering it for free. Create it so you're not offering it for free, okay, to people. I have treasury management experience coupled with few months of commodity and capital market experience. I'm thinking of starting out shared treasury management service for SMEs that can't afford to have treasury departments. I don't know if I'm ripe and ready enough to start. What baby steps should I start with? Hi, Sharks. Are you on my email list? If you are, I'll say go and read the email I sent to you on design thinking. I sent you an email on design thinking. That email, go and read it. 2 days ago. You need to read that email. You know why I say so? If you are here, you are thinking of ever owning a business, or you have started a business and you did not employ a design thinking methodology to innovate that product, you dey play. You know why? I want to start a business is not the right thing to do. You are thinking of offering a solution. A business is a solution that you have not validated its need. I'm a small business owner. Do you think I need a treasury department? Or I need treasury advisory at all? Have you done what they call, in the first step of design thinking, empathizing with the customer, as in with the person that has the problem? Have you defined your problem statement? I will show you something. I have interns with me at iTrain Africa. Like iTrain Africa is a two-body organization. We have the foundation, we have the enterprise. The foundation, I have some interns there, a product manager and a project manager. They were innovating the products that they want the foundation to run. They brought it to me. I had to take them to Mirror. You know, if you've taken WFS, I taught you Mirror on on the first program, right? Just give me 1 minute. I want to show you something so that you understand what I'm saying. You don't start a business because you feel like it or you have experience in it. You start it because somebody needs it. People have the problem. Your business must be the Panadol to somebody's headache. It cannot be a supplement. It cannot be a nice to have. It must be a I need it kind of stuff. So, which is why I say you need to go back to my email on design thinking from 2 days ago. It is what? You need to read it on how to start a business. Do your research. Let me tell you something. I can tell you for free today that By next year, my workplace foundational skills program would probably overtake certain courses, programs that's been in the market for a long time. You know why? I spent the time on the innovation of it. Problem framing, ideation, prototyping. I made a prototype. I offered it at my op for 3 years. I tested and iterated for 3 years. You know what happens? You know what happens with that? I get to get first-hand insights into the person I'm going to sell it to. I know their pain. I know what is wrong with them. When I open my mouth to market, I am talking about what is paining them, what they need. So when they are paying me for WFS, it is solving their problem. Don't ever start any business until you are certain someone is crying at night because of that business. This is my interns mirror board that I was taking them through a brainstorming session on. Just give me 1 minute. I had to take them through a brainstorming session. I said, this is how you do product innovation. Don't just wake up. I've sent them back 2 times. They will come present to me. I'll say, go back. What's your problem statement? It was at the last one, the product personnel came and brought again. I have been to the biggest and the best innovation lab in the world, the Unleash Global Innovation Lab. I just smile. Don't start a business out of, I have experience in it. If it was that, I would have gone to open a chemistry tutor. Don't I have a PhD in it? I'll open a chemistry tutor center. Do you understand me? Because I have experience in it. Right? This product is currently under innovation. You will see when it finally comes out. Well-defined, but you cannot even see this amount of work. Somebody now will probably say, I've seen doctors this thing. Let me take the idea and run with it. Guess what? You do not know what I'm doing next in my product innovation phase. So you may run with the idea, but you don't know execution of it. That is where I will always win you. Because I am grounded, I am knowledgeable in it. So when you go and start and run to market and start saying, oh, people need this thing, come and buy. I'll be looking at you. When I come, you may have sold 1,000. The day I come, I sell 100. Give me 2 years or half the time you have spent or the number of days you are saying, I would have overtaken you in numbers and I will keep scaling. You know why? While you get to a point that you don't know how to market that product again because you don't understand the customer that needs it, I will be scaling because I did research at the beginning. I do not advise you to offer any treasury, whatever, to SMEs until you have, go back. Where do you start? Yes, where do you start? Go and read my email from 2 days ago. Design thinking, search it inside your email box. If you don't know where that thing is, go to my LinkedIn. I wrote about it on LinkedIn. What am I even talking about? I wrote about it on LinkedIn. That post on LinkedIn, go and find me back on LinkedIn. You will see what I'm talking about. Design thinking. You need it. Well, understand. In the design thinking process, your problem statement needs to be well defined. You need to ask why 5 times after you have met with your ideal customer and they know. I say, oh, they have this problem. You will now be asking why the problem exists. It is called the 5 whys mechanism. It is used to understand the root cause of a problem. 5 whys, Google it. Design thinking, Google it. That is how to start a business that is going to scale globally. That is where you start from. If you need a quick introduction to design thinking and everything, enroll for WFS. It's on module what? Module, because again, I like people to be able to critically think. So I had to have that lesson at the last module. I said, I need you to understand, at least you don't know what exists. So maybe when you can go and finish doing, advanced research on it, at least know what you need to start first. People who have been in business, when they come across design thinking, they now take it. The only places you ever come about design thinking as a course or as anything that they teach you, it is either you're working in a high-end organization, Fortune 500, and they are training their managers, or you are going to an Ivy League business school. Period. So if you say you've never heard about it, it's all right. I learned about it from a global innovation lab. But trust me, you cannot know about design, whether as a professional or an entrepreneur, and you will not stand out. You will think differently. You will not wake up and say, I want to open a provision store because my mommy sold provision for 10 years. Eh? Stop it. Don't try it, okay? Do not try it. This is really interesting, okay? Exactly where my dilemma is. Okay, I've read that. I'm thinking of starting a share and have answered that. Please don't. Should I go and get treasury management certificates, or what should I do? Treasury management certificate. You think people give you their money? Ask me, what certificate do I have in workplace foundational skills? You saw my LinkedIn profile. Do I have certificates? Why are you buying from me? I short answer. Why are you buying from me? I know what I'm talking about. I have experience in it. I know who needs my products. I know what they need. I don't have any certificates in this. You saw how my degrees, PhD chemistry. How does chemistry have anything to do with work? Guess what? I have a vocational, priceless knowledge, which is Unleash Global Innovation Lab, that first taught me how to innovate the right products. I also have experience of working internationally, so I know what global employers need. And I've been an employer of labor for 14 years, so I know what I need in a staff. I combined, and of course, I've been a university teacher, so I know what students lack. I combined that 4 things: being an employer of labor, being employed internationally myself, knowing what's it called, is lacking in university as in the curriculum. I combined, and of course, having proper training from a global innovation lab, combined it, then created these amazing products. Did you see any certification on my LinkedIn profile? Please go through. I don't have any in anything. And I've got into international roles. I don't have any certification in anything. Through my LinkedIn profile. If I have, I will list it. I don't. So when people tell me they need certification, I said, the only things you need to get certification for are things like, oh, I'm an HSC professional, like you are in HSC, and you need an health certification, like all the people that are in healthcare, they need to show they have a certain certification for them to be able to do a job. Like for them to be able to say, I'm an HSC professional, they need that certification to do a job. Those people are an exception. It's like a doctor now. No matter how good you are operating, if you don't have an MBBS to show that this thing, you cannot do it, you should not operate on someone. Do you understand? So those same thing, lawyer, if you don't have call to bar, no matter you say, oh, that person can defend. If you try to go and be a lawyer in court, you are going against the law. But to offer treasury this thing, certification, so you think you pay your certification now offer you and say, you must have brain. That's not how people pay for things these days. My target are people seeking to invest in real estate in Nigeria. Yes, doc, it actually does help, doc. Okay, great. I think I've answered all that. I was in church initially, it just became monetized. I think I've answered that. I'm a 37-year-old nurse. I'm public health professional with over 10 years of experience in health research and 3 years in HIV counseling. I'm also a graduate of the Workplace Foundational Skills Program and have completed training in project management. I'm passionate about trauma healing because of my personal experience and my work counseling people who have experienced trauma. I was trained as a trauma healing group leader in the course of my career and just 4 months of experience in trauma healing counseling. I am known for my adventurous personality, which helps me to adapt to challenges and explore new opportunities. I lost my job last year, and while I have been actively seeking new opportunities, I feel uncertain about the best path forward. I want to leverage my skills and experience perfectly, but I need guidance on how to focus on my efforts. How can I best align my passion for trauma healing and my background in health research and counseling to create a fulfilling career path? Stick to your health. You're already an healthcare professional. That is what you should position as. So, I do not know. So you are passionate about trauma healing. You've done about 4 months of, you have about 4 months of experience in trauma healing and this thing. and you say public health professional with over 10 years of experience in health research and 3 years in HIV counseling. So I see that your 3 years in HIV counseling and trauma are similar stuff, if I'm correct. The counseling and trauma, whatever, they are similar stuff. So you can use transferable experience in your HIV counseling to go into trauma healing kind of, if you were to position yourself online, the two of them can be merged to project you in a certain light. Now, of course, you've been in the health sector, whether it is for research or for over 10 years. Fantastic. And because that HIV counseling and everything is still in the health sector, so it means that you can actually, stick to your health, to your narrative of a health professional. Now, I do not know much around trauma healing. I do not know if people are willing to open up online in that regard. So what I would see you doing is not starting off something. I would suggest you keep at exploring. Now, here is what I would do if I were you. I will go to LinkedIn and look for health volunteer work. I will look for health volunteer. That will be my search word. Health volunteer, virtual fashion speaker, yes, volunteer in empowering women, remote early child support assistance. By the time you go through health volunteer, you may spend some days, but look for non-profits or whatever that offer, that are looking for experienced person to offer their expertise pro bono to people who have encountered in people that have experienced trauma. IGPs, that's the local scene, people who have been displaced, because of flooding, this thing, people who are in areas where they've experienced natural disasters. There'll be all those international projects going on. Based on what you now see, you will realize that can you say volunteer occupational therapy aid, United States, and it is remote. By the time you click on some of these things, you may find, can you see, this is not a job posting. Instead, it is an asynchronous volunteer opportunity where you will answer students' questions online. Young people want to know what it's like to be you, and just take a minute of it to tell them, right, this thing. Whatever it is, see what this one is, right? By the time you go through all these things, community outreach, like help solve the literacy crisis, focus on. So why is put volunteer in that health? You know why I put volunteer in that health when I was searching? I want you to look for those kind of things that you can offer your counseling, because an international NGO is involved in that project already, and they need you to offer it because they are trying to work with professionals that can give for free. Two things that does for you. Again, free advice from my GOP. It makes you look good. Anyone who has never volunteered before, you are joking and you're looking for an international job. It makes you look good. First thing first. Number two thing, you are using it to also gain experience in the international scene for that job. I can bet you by the time you find anything that is close to what you can offer around HIV counseling or health counseling in that trauma. By the time you're done searching, something would have happened to you. First thing that would have happened to you, you would have realized how they advertise the kind of job you are looking for. Because this is going to take you time. You have to go through it, but I've helped you at least to start to streamline, which is health volunteer as a search word on LinkedIn. And I always use United States because they have the largest market on LinkedIn. There are over 200 million people on LinkedIn from the United States alone. So they always have so I always use it as my international benchmark. So when I'm trying to figure out what should I be called for this kind of role, I just put search words like health volunteer, healthcare, and it gives me variety of things. By the time I look through over 200, 300, 400 things, I will find something that the description looks like me or what I can offer. Then I apply. Then when I find something that looks like me, I will take that job title and use it to streamline my search. So I may not go through 1,000, but by the time I go through the first 200, I would have found job titles that look like what I can offer. Then I use it to search again. Now, do what I need to do. All the things I taught you in WFS, how to sell. Again, WSS is just foundational. Do yourself a favor. Enroll on the foundational program. If you don't do any other gifting to yourself this year, enroll on WFS. Your future self will thank you for it. Why am I saying it? You go to I don't know if you've taken WFS. I think you said you're taking WFS. Go to, after you have done all this preliminary one, go to module 6 of your WFS. Apply what I taught you on self-selling, fundamentals of self-selling, everything I taught you on how to pitch and everything like that. Take it to work and go and, when you use it to get your internship position, once you get your internship position, it's time to start screaming what you are doing online. Like, talk about how you are rendering this, rendering that. That way, people are seeing you in your capacity. Then you can use it to then find a job that you want. Because that way, when they ask you, have you worked internationally for? Yes. Have you worked remotely? Yes. Do you have experience? Yes. The 3 of those things click. And that is the 3 things you always ask in international jobs. International experience, worked remotely, experience itself. Your education is never first. It's never second, it's never third. Surprisingly. I hope that helps you. I need to round off this session. Very well, thank you. I'm so, has really helped me. I got my aha moment. Thank you again. You're welcome. Dr. You are quite the teacher and coach. So much learning from tonight's clarity session. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. This session has been an eye-opener. I studied marketing and just enrolled in MSME in communication and international marketing. I just finished a course in digital marketing and communications and wondered what I needed to do with it. I wondered what I needed to do with it. Thank you, Doc. What if I don't have any experience, never landed a remote job, and still trying to acquire skills to meet the remote market? You've never worked? Then still start from WFS. Start from WFS, learn these foundational skills, because 2 things WFS will first do for you is when you take the clarity module, which is even, the clarity module is free. You can, even before you enroll for the WFS, just in case you are still wondering, go and do the clarity. If you've never landed a job, you want to start your career from the scratch, you see this particular thing on Seller? If you are watching me on Instagram, at the top of our bio, you will see free workplace foundational skills program at the top of our bio. Just click that link, go and watch the distance so you understand what I'm saying. The free version of WFS, right? When you go there, what you need to do is get clarity around what your personality favors. Around what your personality favors. You need to take a personality test. You see this module 1 I'm showing on my screen? This one. You need to take a personality test. It will tell you your aversion, like what you tend to like and not like. My 11-year-old has taken a personality test. On my way back home today, he was, as I was saying, he was saying something like SS students get to enjoy. They do only 9 courses. Why we do 16, 17? I was like, oh, it's a whole lot of work, more than this thing. They were like, oh, but okay, no problem. Mom, there's a new this I'm learning technical. What was it basically saying? I was not like, okay. We were like, so mom, what as after my GS3 exam, what next? I said, you will need to decide whether you're going to science class, art class. So they said, of course I'm going to science class. And I asked why. Probably because I'm a design thinking expert, right? I always ask why. I said, why? I said, of course, mom, you've always known. I realized science class, they have applied science there. They also have chemistry. I like to do, combustions and everything. I realized that they also, as in that is where they do tech, all this thing. I like all these tech things online. So given that that is the place that can allow me do this tech and all those things, I'll go to science class. And I just smiled. He's 11. You know why he has that much clarity? And the aspect of science is going to do eventually. Because I don't coach my children. I don't. Like, I just let them, they do experiential learning. They saw me doing this personality. They said, oh, mom, was and I explained what the personality is. They said, can I take it? And he took the test. They were like, mom, I understand why I behave in a certain way now. I don't really like to be around people, but my head is continuously working around the clock. I want to innovate. I want to develop things. People think like, as I'm not social, but I'm just thinking about how to innovate, how to provide solutions. And this was way back in primary 5, as in even before it got into this thing. I remember I went for its open day in school, and a parent asked to see me or something. And I said, why? And they said, I got into their class and I asked everybody what they would like to be. Who were saying lawyer, doctor, teachers. He got to your son, he said, that he did not say this is what I would like to be. He said, I would like to create an app for schools so that students can learn from home. I think it's a problem. I need to solve it. But I had to ask, who is the mother of this child? I said, then I said, oh, the mother is a PhD holder. And I said, no, it's not because the mother is a PhD. The mother understands the concepts of careers. Your career must be a solution to somebody's problem. That's the way it works. Do you understand? So it doesn't think like I want to be this person. It thinks like I want to solve this problem for this category of people. So a child shouldn't be thinking like, I want to be a doctor. It should be like, I want to care. If you say I want to be a doctor, what kind of doctor? I always ask why. Say, a physiotherapist. Why do you want to be a physiotherapist? Do you think people have eye problem? So I like to care to old people. I say, oh, I would advise you to be a doctor that you specialize in geriatrics, doctor for old people. But how did the person first need to understand what they are interested in? Take a personality test. Your aha moment. And yeah, the first part of that course, the clarity, I keep saying the clarity model, where I help people understand what they really need. Again, 11,000 plus people have taken the clarity model of WFS, like this first model. This year alone. Now, that is my gift to people, clarity, the gift of clarity. When you understand, I don't want to be the person to tell you that no matter what you understand, you will need your BFS. Because if you understand, it doesn't matter the profession. Academics need it. Because it doesn't matter, your profession is going to be a work. And if it is going to be a work, it means that you need workplace foundational skills, full stop. So if you are starting off, take the free one, understand yourself, enroll for WFS. When you're done with your WFS, you would have gained clarity on, do I need to acquire a technical skill? And you will know in which area. Meaning, you won't just jump and go and take business analysis or Scrum. You won't jump. You will actually know why you chose it. It's like I look at some people, you don't like numbers. Your personality says you don't like numbers. You are a people person, you like to talk. Someone like you should be doing coaching, teaching. You are going to do business analysis that you sit at the back of a computer and be staring at numbers. And I'm like, didn't you take a personality test? Why are you working against your natural clock? Ha! You heard me when I say, as a year 3, I knew I wanted to teach. I just didn't know how I would deliver the teaching, like to be online. But was I certain I was going to be a teacher? I was certain. I was too certain. I knew I liked to teach. I can be sick and I'll be teaching. I love to teach that much. And I am gifted with the ability to teach people to understanding, adults to understanding. Do you understand? Not children. No, I can't be a primary school teacher. Let's be clear. I know my strength, I know my weakness. I don't go where I'm not called. And that is the best form of awareness. Self-awareness. When you are aware of yourself, there's no bigger joy. You act intentionally because you know who you are. I was just telling you about my 11-year-old son. Is like, this was a conversation we had today. It was so sure because he understood his strengths and weaknesses. There's beauty. Make even your children, make them take personality tests, at least the ones that, above primary 4 or something. You'll be shocked at how they understand themselves better. And you have less problem. But then I'm a kind of a person that even if he had come to the understanding that his interest or his personality favors something I don't really like, I'm a kind of person that if it is a legal thing, if it is legal, it's not stealing, I will still allow it. I'm that aware of what the possibilities are. Good evening, Doc. I'm a newbie with only teaching and assistant cook work experience. I registered with WFS and would like to be an affiliate manager. What is affiliate manager? Are you saying affiliate marketer? I don't understand your question. If you are saying affiliate marketer, that means after WFS, you will need to go and take a comprehensive course on marketing, digital marketing. And that course, if you are wondering what the course must contain, it must contain content marketing, advertising, SEO marketing, email marketing, affiliate marketing, and you can ask ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT, or on your phone, go to Meta Ads. On your WhatsApp, on top of your Meta Ads, you see AI, Meta. Put there. What should a comprehensive digital marketing course contain? It should contain these 6 elements: SEO marketing, content marketing, digital marketing, advertising, SEO and all that, affiliate and all that. It should contain all those forms of marketing, copywriting. Now, if it doesn't contain that, it's fine. But I need you to know that you need to learn those 6 elements to be grounded. So you can take them separately as separate courses, but for you to be really good at this marketing, you may need that. I know how, like, the aspect of marketing, I don't really know. I have bought a course in it recently. That's affiliate marketing. But when it comes to email marketing, content marketing, ads, SEO, I have all that on lockdown. How do I apply for WS Plus? Please, somebody has dropped the link. Visit www.iTrainAfrica Skilled for Work or iTrain Africa Workplace Foundational Skills. You would see that. Thank you, but you have not answered my question. How do I start? How do you start? Okay, you have answered. Okay, I've answered you. I have worked for 15 years in the bank, but I have been out of job for 3 years now, but still stuck as I don't know what to do next. As my 15 years is not even counting as a time for me as it was on contract basis. What can I do now to get a job, whether virtually or on-site? Bankers have this problem. And I will not lie to you. Bankers have this problem. You know why? Many bankers don't have profession. They don't have profession. These days, There are some people that are working in the bank that have profession. There is someone who is a mentor in our academy right now under product manager. She works in the banking sector, but she's a product manager in the banking sector. My husband is a legal professional in the banking sector. You must have a profession in the sector. Banking is a sector. It is not a job. So what were you doing in the bank for 15 years? Stella? Because the truth is, if I search on LinkedIn for banker now, I will not find anything. No. So I am going to ask you, in those your 15 years, what would you say you did well? Is it marketing? Is it sales? Is it customer management? That's relationship management. What will you say you did? That is where you start. You must first know what you did so that you can then position what you did. Do you get it? That is my advice to you. Until you are clear about what you are, before you can sell it to another person that will buy it, whether you are selling to an employer or you are starting your own business and you are selling it to a customer. What are you? When we define that, what you are, that you have experience in, not in a sector. It's like somebody you say, Doc, I'm an oil and gas. Oil and gas is a sector. Banking is a sector. It is not a profession. Do you get me? So what were you doing there? When you do it, you go and search on LinkedIn the way I search for that credit person. Then that is where your breakthrough is going to start. This session is mind-blowing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jock. I'm listening from Harare, Zimbabwe. Thank you. Thank you for defining my problem, clarity. I think I need one-on-one as I may need to know who I am and maybe getting a starting point, but I need to do this December. I need to do this December to remember. Oh, Catherine, have you registered for my goal setting session? By the way, my 1 hour clarity session is 215,000 naira. Yeah, I know I've spent like 3 hours here, so it's like I've dashed you over 600,000 naira tonight. So, but if you need to book a 1 hour clarity session, send a message to our WhatsApp. Typically, it's around 1.5 hours that we spend, but the first 30 minutes, I don't always count it because when I'm having a clarity session with someone, I need to listen to you first about your life. Then we can then start the original 1 hour, but the first 30 minutes, I listen. Yeah. So if you want that, book a session, just send a message to our WhatsApp or email iTraffic@gmail.com, whichever one is faster for you. Send the message, they'll give you the account number. Once you pay, they will find a space on my calendar. But I must be honest, I think I'm trying to look at, like, I have a lot at the end of the year, but I'm sure we can still find a day next week, sometime next week. I'm not working. I tried not to work this weekend, but in fact, I'm working this week. I'm volunteering this weekend. If you know Ibukun Awosika Live Series events, by the way, if you are here, you're in Lagos, you should be at that event. It's one of those programs that is my best kept secret. Let me put it that way. I volunteer for Mrs. Ibukun Awosika on a Live Series event every year since 2019. And it's one of those things she wants to experience. Even if you're not in Nigeria, check Live Series with Ibukun Awosika on Instagram. Live Series with Ibukun Awosika. There's a program she runs. This just check Live Series with Ibukun Awosika. There's a virtual ticket. People from around the world join. You want to be blessed in that session. When you need wisdom, Every end of year, I go there to refill my head with wisdom. So that's me giving you free free advice on where you can receive wisdom from aside me, right? So please book it. So I'm doing that throughout this Sunday. That is what I'm doing. I'll be volunteering at that event. So but sometime on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days, just if you want it sorted, just reach out to Moina. Moina will respond to you. Find that time on my calendar, then we'll do it next week. She'll send you payment details and all that stuff. So, but I encourage every one of you that is here. Hey. You see this, it was this December to remember that made me remember this particular goal setting session. Kai. Hi, you know what I'm saying, Kai? You don't want to know how much people pay me just one to do, they will just sit down and I'll, tell them how they can strategize for their life over a period of time. So whenever I say we should come and pay 10K for goal setting session, they just think it's not going to be worth it. It's too cheap. And I always smile. You know what? By December 26th, it is 32,250. And you will pay and you will thank me. You know what? Because if you are paying me 32,250, that's about $35 to get clarity on how you plan your life for next year. It is still a giveaway. Find order, just go to Instagram, type goal setting session from people that have sense. Go and check it. I'm just saying, and I can bet you, I can almost guarantee you, they don't have my kind of goal setting expertise. Because me, I don't paste too. Me, I don't like cut and paste, be pasting vision on top of board, be pasting vision on top of board, now they're staring at it. It's all not happening. It will matter, it will jump out of pictures, it will not turn to. I'll just be laughing. Set goals on Google Sheets so that we are clear on what we are doing, not pasting picture and you think it will to jump. So I'm encouraging all of you because it's subsidized. Like it's currently subsidized. And if you want to enroll for WFS and goal setting session, we have a bundle that is called what are they calling it? It's called the growth bundle. You know why I call it the growth bundle? Like it's two things. It's like a must-have. The goal setting helps you understand what you need to do next year. Then, of course, WFS is foundational workplace skills. So we bundle two of them together, and we are offering at 55.25. Again, you can just transfer, or you can come to this page and pay for it, right? It gives you the WFS and the goal setting session at 50K, technically. Again, it's the gifting season. I always tell people, Ghania paid me 300,000 for WFS last year. And she's not the only one. Same WFS. We say, why? I said, me, I want this thing to reach 10 million Africans. So we must, you must keep subsidizing it just enough to cover, a lot of all the operational costs and everything like that. So the day we just decide that we are not subsidizing this program again, you sit at 300,000 and you will still pay because the cost that has similarities to it in Canada is $1,650. So it's still a steal for you. Remember, we are a social enterprise. We are not a full-fledged business. We are a social enterprise. So you always see all our things. People will call it 200K outside. We say, don't worry, come and take it this time. You see, that thing is not good. That is the only reason why somebody... Blessing said it yesterday. Blessing that we interviewed, our alumni, she's in Morocco. She said that when she was going to pay for this thing, that she said, nobody can give you all these things at this price. That she just said, let me just pay. At least I've enjoyed that free. Even if I'm paying that for only free, I would know that. I said, there's absolutely no way anybody in their right senses will give you all these things at this price. Not possible. It's probably this. I said, I know what? Like she now pays. She now hey, like, why? Why is this woman doing this and everything? I said, you have no idea the joy. Do you know how many people I meet every day and say, hey, my life has transformed. You saved me from depression. I said, you have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. That is the payment, not the money. You have no idea. It gives me joy to see transformation in people's lives. That's the happiness. Because if it is about money, yeah, trust me, I'll be doing my UN life work as at now. I'll be doing my UN live work. They will pay me my dollars. I will not, all this, I'm doing 3 hours of free work. For what? Do you understand? For what? But the joy is complete when you actually transform people's lives. So, but I cannot gift you what you cannot gift yourself. I always say I can subsidize a program 75%, but you must put your skin in the game. If you don't want to put your skin in the game, who am I to be gifting you what you don't need? You don't need it. The day you need it, the day you need self-development, you know you need it, you will put that your 25%. Let me show that 75%. I don't gift you what you don't want. So my gift is always subsidy. When you are ready to gift yourself, you will come back to me. It's that simple. Until the person's mind, which is why, what do I gift? I always give the clarity model. What do I teach on the clarity model? Your mindset, personality. You know, I teach you how to develop that mindset that is self-aware enough to know that you need to gift your brain. You need to gift your brain knowledge and information for it to function for you. You look at me. Do I look like someone that invests in makeup and all those fancy stuff? I like holidays. I was in Canada on holiday in October. No, I like, but do I look like someone who likes you know? I don't really care about all these things, but I can invest one. I've paid for $700 courses. Once I know the person has sense like this, I will pay. My head is my investment. And I encourage all of you to have that mindset. I have a budget for self-development every year. Ha! I just told you now that I'm going to the Kwabushika on Sunday. And I paid for 5 of my staff. 5. They are going there with me on Sunday. Why? I said, you people must have sense. Like I do. You must have sense. Because I'm an average of the 5 people around me. It's my staffs I see every day. So they must have sense. If they must help me, you know, I cannot be the only person talking, and they are not understanding the kind of level I'm working at. In fact, I always encourage people, go sit in session when you are coming, pay for your staff, pay for your friend. If you're an alumni, I sent you an email weeks ago. Alumni even pay us 5K for this group for alumni, meaning you've bought any product from us, they are paying 5K. I said, pay for your friend, pay for your staff, pay for this one. Come. When you progress, you will progress together. You need association of people that have sense to progress in life. I always tell people that, please, encourage yourself. I've encouraged you enough, but I can only talk. The doing is with you. Until you decide, I can't help you. Please, Doc, can we have a recorded version of this? It's on, yes. Check YouTube. It's on YouTube. Just type iTrain Africa. You find it on YouTube. Please, I want to take the personality test, Doc. Somebody has dropped the link. I worked as a teller. She worked as a teller. And that's a major problem. It's as if she wasted 15 years. What are we going to do now, Motaya? Because as you're going to go start career from the beginning. You know what? The fact that you work as a teller, you are front-facing customers. You are dealing with difficult customers every day. Huh? You are front-facing customers. You interacted with people. You saw people's problem at some point. That is what we are going to use. I think your best approach at this point in time would be to look for a thing in customer relationship. Like that's what they call customer care. Like build this around customer relationship. You need to build a career around customer. And the good part of this is I will encourage you, if you've not enrolled on WFS, already on WFS, after WFS, try to seek for internship in customer relationship management or customer care, as they call it in Nigeria. And when I say or volunteering, try to tell someone that I will do it, like, let me do it for you. Pay for internship, pay for volunteering, whatever. Just because the fact that you have transferable skill sets. Think through it. How did I deal with difficult customers? How did I, when challenges in my front-facing role, you are front-facing. So you need to go and build a career that is built around forward facing. I can't tell you to go to sales because you are not selling. So you are more of customer care management than sales. So take WFS and try to start building a career around customer, because that way it's easier for you to be able to tell a business owner or someone to say, let me help you, interface with your customers, because I've done this for 15 years at the bank. So how you will craft it will not be that I was a teller. In my 15 years of experience of front-facing customers and solving the challenges that they may have, I have learned, that is how you craft when you're crafting, I have learned to, manage crisis, to ensure people, as in situations are not escalated, that is how you craft it. Think about the difficult times you have solved challenge on that job with relation to forward-facing on a customer, and you will craft your entire experience around being a forward-facing staff in a banking industry. That is what you are going to do. So how do I invite my friend to this great experience? Oh, okay, somebody has answered. You can join our free WhatsApp group. Yes, we have a WhatsApp group. It's free. If you are watching on Instagram, how will you get this WhatsApp? Moina is our Instagram link. It's called GetCom. It's a Global Employability Tribe. Is our link on our bio on Instagram. If it is not, after this session, Aisha, I don't know if it's Moina or Aisha now. Can you place the Get community put in front of in our link tree? Our link tree that is on our Instagram bio, in the link tree, put the free Get community on WhatsApp. Put the link there so that people can join the WhatsApp group. Any information you need, we pass it on the WhatsApp group. And we have clarity sessions on the 12th and 26th of every month on Zoom, aside months that I'm on leave or on holiday, and if you are on break. The value I've derived from this credit session cannot be quantified. Thank you so much. You are welcome. I'm an entrepreneur and I registered for the December 26th goal setting. I produce smoothies and juice and not milk. Can I take the personality test and W? Yes, you can. Entrepreneur, please. That GOP must be an experience. It is for founders, academics, and professionals with experience. Why did I first pause? Chinwe, there's a difference between an entrepreneur and a founder. I always say, are you like a founder? For you to make two of them the same thing, I always say, are you a visionary entrepreneur? Are you a visionary entrepreneur? Do you understand? If you're a visionary entrepreneur, then we can build your brand to say, as on GOP, to say you are building healthy food chain, or you are helping people live healthy, because I see you're producing smoothies, juice, and not milk. So we can say because the truth is, there is a LinkedIn as the kind of branding you do on LinkedIn is not come and buy, come and sell. It is not Instagram. It's not Facebook. It is, how do I explain it? It's higher. It's like, you don't say, I sell. If you wanted to position yourself on LinkedIn, you don't say, I sell smoothies. You can see what I just said immediately. I said smoothies. I said, oh, she runs an healthy food chain. That is what I would think about it. That is how I would define you on LinkedIn. You run a healthy food chain. Do you understand? So you can pay for WFS, but when I say, I don't know the kind of business you run, if it's just business of let's feed our mouths and be okay with it, or you are building a visionary business. Do you understand? If you know that the aim is to build a visionary brand, not just buying and selling, then GOP will help you. So I always say it is for founders, visionary founders, entrepreneurs, because you're not going to be buying and doing, come and buy my smoothie on LinkedIn now. But you are going to be building your brand as the founder of an healthy food chain, enough for you to be an authority in that space. Then it starts to reflect on your brand. That is how it works. So it's going to take you some time. So, okay, my staff has dropped the LinkedIn offer for you. You can take it. And my advice, because somebody mentioned LinkedIn here, if you are someone who is a founder or a professional, I beg you, for your own sake, as you are going to go on December break, pay for GOP. The next batch of support is starting March. But because GOP is a program for experienced people, only experienced people, whether it is an experienced academic or this thing, they don't have time. So I have seen my past clients over the last 4 or 5 years. What they do is they pay for the program now. We give them the 2 courses down on the program. That's the first course covers how you get clarity around what you're going to call yourself on LinkedIn, and then how to then build the profile that will position you in that way. Then the second course covers how you then optimize the LinkedIn platform. Then the fourth part is how you then write articles that attract people's attention for the global opportunities you see. The first course is the hardest, not the LinkedIn optimization. You can listen to LinkedIn optimization course in one day and implement it the following day. But you see the first course that we give you on GOP is the hardest. Why? There is clarity on it. You have to define yourself before you can build a brand for yourself. That's the hardest. And no, I teach you a scientifically proven method to arrive at that conclusion of what you're going to position as on LinkedIn. So when I always say you would need time to do the exercises I give you on the course 1 that is on that program, you can find the time in December when you go on, whether it is business break or your work is on a break. I encourage you to take the time to invest in that. And when I say invest, for professionals on the GOP, most of them, money to pay for the program is not the problem. It is the time to pay for it, as in the time to invest in taking the program. So I always encourage people to say, utilize the time you have. Then when March comes, I give you the bonus. What is the bonus? I do 6 weeks of live support. Like you'll be coming live every Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. with a group of people who are forward thinkers like you. Because again, it's an application-based program. We screen people that get onto it. I don't want nonsense on it. So we screen people that get into it. This is just in case you're wondering, the Global Opportunities, Global Opportunities program. It's for experienced people. You can check it out. And does it work? Oh no, I have results for days on this one. The only challenge is many of my professionals or founders cannot talk about their results publicly. Many of them. Like they get outstanding stuff that I can't talk about publicly. That's just the truth. So whenever they join my program, I tell them on the GOP program for professionals, I say, may your results be so good that I cannot talk about it. And that is what happens. Now it's 9 o'clock. I really need to go. I made the live session today. I connected. Can I have a recording? Okay, they've answered you. The YouTube, you can go there. You can go there. So I need to go. Thank you very much. I believe we just paid for the upcoming WFS. We achieved clarity. Thank you so much. I think I've answered everybody's question here today. And on that note, thank you so much for joining me. And I hope, please, I cannot have spent 3 free hours with you and you go and you don't implement. Whether you join WFS or you join GOP or you join Growth Setting, all of them will require implementation. You see this goal setting workshop, if you scroll through this page, there is something on it. There's a template of what I'll be giving you on that day. Let me show you. People that attended the 2022, this goal setting. Check this thing. Can you see December 2022? This was Latifa. In the workshop, can you see the table? As I was doing my own goal setting, she was doing her own. Can you see the template? She was doing her own. Implementation is how people get result. If you like, pay for all the things at Skill for Work Academy or iTrain Africa, and you don't show up for yourself. You don't show up for yourself. I repeat, you don't show up for yourself. Nothing will happen. Like, there is no miracle. I always say, if you are not ready to invest time to self-develop, I'm not your teacher. Go somewhere else. Because I told you, these programs are subsidized. Like, it's as if you wasted my subsidy. Like, the true payments in these things, when I see the life transform. So if you don't do it, what life is going to transform? So you wasted your time, you wasted my time. You did not pay me. I always say people, if you don't implement, you did not pay me. In fact, I always say people, if no, you're not going to implement, you must pay me the full cost of the program. Why will I be subsidizing for you? You must pay me cash in full. You must pay me 300K that the program is. So that I will know that at least I collected money. If you like, don't go and implement. So the true payment for this program is when you implement it. Because that is, I will now see you. Do you know, hey, there are some of my clients, when I'm saying them on LinkedIn, see this is Jomana. I am super proud. 3 weeks, 2 million plus. I am proud. I'll be seeing, I'll be smiling. Then you have paid me. Bye-bye. You don't need to pay me much for the program. But you take it, you run away, you don't. So if you leave here tonight, whatever it is you learned, if it is a personality test you took, go and work on it. Run with it. You have achieved clarity. Start to act. Don't be a library. You will come here, collect knowledge, jump to another webinar, jump. I learn somewhere, I stick to it, I implement. I'm not one of those that jump from one webinar to the other, don't forget it. I stay, I learn until I have implemented that one. I'm not moving to another one. I will implement, get everything from me. When I know I've finished everything, there's nothing to get again from that thing that I just learned. I'll move on to. And what happens is, most of the time, that thing that I just learned will lead me to the next thing I need to learn, which is what I treat in goal setting. When you come on that day, this particular template, before I start, I'll give everybody this template. Then I'll show you how I do mine, so I can start doing yours in the workshop. You may not complete your template in the workshop, but you will start it. And you are very ready to start 2025. Please invite your friend, family, pay for them. When you say, what are you, Auntie, what are you giving me for December? I say, let me pay. Do you see this goal setting session? Go and learn how to plan your life there. It is a gift that the person will thank you for. 10 years time, they are still thanking you. Next year, they are still using the same template to plan their next 2026. Let me stop sharing. I like to teach too much. I need to stop. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. Let me allow everybody to be able to unmute themselves and say their good night. You can now unmute yourself and say good night. Good night, everyone. Have an amazing. You can unmute
Good night.
Thank you so much,
Good
Doctor.
night, ma'am. Good night. Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night, people.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Time well
Thank
spent.
you.
Thank
Time
you.
well spent.
Thank you very much, Doc. Always.
Thank you.
Always on point.
Thank you so much.
Aisha, you can hand the